presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It is that time again. High school football is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's the 5A playoffs, the quarterfinals, as the Newcastle Racers host the Pryor Tigers on a chilly Friday night at Racer Stadium in Newcastle, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway on hand here in Newcastle, joined alongside my partner in crime, Billy Collier. Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez working the camera for us. Billy, the state quarterfinals, this is feels cool to have this at Racer Stadium. Going to be a great game tonight. Our last time here for this season. We've been setting up camp here the last 4 weeks, and this long homestand will end tonight one way or another because we'll be moving to neutral site if they move on. But This is cool to have this big of a game. The schedule is so thin because so many teams have been eliminated. And one of the biggest games in the Metro is right here at Racer Stadium. We get to be here for it. Pretty cool.
Well, I think this will be the most exciting game, especially in 5A tonight. Now, there may be some others in the other classes, but in 5A, when you look up and down at the 4 games, I don't see one that's as exciting as this. I think this will be on the same line as the excitement of MacArthur and McGinnis.
Yeah.
And they look like a good team. Of course, Newcastle's probably playing the best they've played all season. It's going to be a really good night for football. Excited to be here. Excited to be in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So just happy to everything's going on.
100%. You know, we talked about this a little bit in the postgame show last week. This is not a matchup you get very often. I mean, obviously that's part of what makes the playoffs fun is you get some East Side teams coming. Prior, it's a long trip, which we joked about that. Long trip over here to Newcastle, and it's just a fun matchup. Pryor's been playing good football. Obviously, everybody who is this far is. But you're right. I mean, Newcastle's playing their best ball of the season. 7 straight wins coming into play tonight. Obviously rolled over Noble in the opener last week. Prior, a pretty comfortable win over Bishop Kelly. So these are 2 teams that are hot, playing good football, and are coming in expecting to punch their ticket to the semis tonight. So we're all set up for a lot of fun football here tonight. This has all the makings of a really good one.
It does, and I think you have confidence on both sides. I mean, like you said, they beat a good Bishop McGinnis team last week, so they got confidence coming in. We beat Noble, so we have a lot of confidence coming in, especially 7 in a row. So you're going to see a lot of confidence out there. You don't have one nervous or scared of the other, and I think that just adds a level of excitement to the game.
100%, and, it's kind of funny because this is, it's not senior night. We already had senior night, back at the end of the regular season, but this is the final home game for real. No matter what happens tonight, this is the last game at this place for this season and obviously for these seniors. So you'd imagine Jackson Shanuel, Big Taj Smith, all these guys, final home game, and obviously it's a playoff game, so you'd be leaving it all out there anyway. But these guys do not want their season to end at home in their final home game, so you're going to get whatever max effort is, max effort times 10, basically, tonight for these Racer players to try and prolong their season another 2 weeks. It's the week off next week. But you're going to get as dialed in and as, again, max effort of a performance as you could possibly have from Newcastle tonight. It's going to be fun to see.
Yeah, they want to leave their legacy, and this is their last chance to leave their legacy on the field. So you're right, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate their humility and saying it's just another game and we treat all the games.
Yeah.
But this is the last game on Gene Reed Field at the Castle, and so they're going to want to leave a legacy down there on the field, and I hope that doesn't distract them into trying to do things they wouldn't normally do, because I think if they stay in their game plan, they're going to do great.
Absolutely. Going to be a fun one tonight. We are fired up for this ball game. 5A quarterfinals here at the Castle Racer Stadium, Newcastle and Pryor. Going to be a good one, kicking off in a little over 20 minutes, 7 o'clock, the official kickoff time here from Newcastle. This is the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. Great real estate services from ownership lists, title reports, abstracting, construction binders, owner and mortgagee title insurance, closing coordination, closings, and monitoring delivery dates. Regardless of how complicated or simple your title problem is, they can help. Give them a call, 405-348-8605. All right, we'll step aside. We'll come back. Billy and I will continue to set the scene here from Newcastle. We'll take a look at the 5A bracket, the other quarterfinal matchups that are going to be set to kick off in just a little bit. 2 of them will be on our airwaves on OSN. We'll, of course, be peeking in on those games throughout the night as we continue to set the scene. 5A quarterfinal, Newcastle and Pryor setting the scene on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Culler, Newcastle Racers pregame show, setting the scene for this one, 5A quarterfinal action. Newcastle and Pryor coming up at the top of the hour. Billy, it's a little chilly. Not as bad as last week, though, because it's not nearly as windy. We've been joking about it. It's been the season of wind.
Yes.
Every game this year has been just whipping through the microphones. I'm sure anybody tuned in at home can hear it. It's calm right now. The flags are totally still. So even though it's cold, it's not that bad.
No, not bad at all. Just a little nippy. That's what my grandma would have called it.
Yeah.
A little nippy. And so it's been really nice. And what's funny, we talked about it's probably going to be windy and cold this week. And I think God giggled.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty nice. Pretty nice up here.
Yeah, we're catching a break absolutely right now in a late November. So you're not expecting it to be warm in Oklahoma, but not that bad right now. Very calm and a good night for football. A lot of Pryor fans have made the voyage over here. Obviously, a lot of Racer fans still filing into this place. Going to be a great atmosphere, as it typically is at the Castle. Parking lot back behind me is full. There's people waiting in line to get in, so it's going to be a packed house, as you would guess, for this quarterfinal matchup between Newcastle and Pryor. Let's go ahead and look at how we got here to this point. The schedule for the season, like I joke about every week, those L's were all early, and we've been stacking up the W's ever since. The three-game skid back at the beginning of the season to end the non-district play, and since then, win after win after win, 7 in a row to this point. Billy, it's been an unbelievable year, and obviously, like we kind of said, arguably their best, most complete performance of the season last Friday against Noble.
It was.
It's just, you always talk about wanting to play your best football at the right time. It's hard not to argue that's what Newcastle's doing as they've gotten healthier and they've just continued to stack up the W's.
Yes, and last week, like we were talking about and talking about right now, they just didn't look like it was bigger. The stage wasn't too big for them,
sure,
so to speak. And, they've been there before, but, of course, you're looking at a Noble team that you haven't seen all season. You try and watch as much video as possible. But they looked comfortable. They were obviously in control for the game. Mm-hmm. Nothing really got out of their control. And I'd expect the same tonight. I would expect them to come out focused on what they do and leaning on each other. You already said that about the seniors. They have grown up together. And so I expect the same thing this week that we had last week in the play.
Taking a look at the playoff bracket up to the moment. This is what we're working with going into tonight. So you see the 4 quarterfinals in 5A, Booker T. Washington and Guthrie. That's who the winner here will see in 2 weeks. Important to note that there's a bye week in the playoffs this year for 5A because they split 2A in half. They split A in half. That creates more brackets, more state championship games to be played at UCO, so it adds an extra week onto the 5A playoffs. So the semifinals will be Friday, December the 6th. And the winner here will see the winner of Booker T. Washington and Guthrie. That will be a neutral site game. Where that is will obviously have to be determined. They'll find something that makes sense between the two schools. If it's Booker T. Washington, do expect to go out east, to go out to Tulsa for that game. If it's Guthrie, it'll be on this side, but we'll worry about that when we get there. If we get there, obviously. Other side, both these games are on OSN tonight. Carl Albert and Claremore, and Dell City and Bishop McGuinness. Both games will be in the Mid-Dell area as the Titans will host the Zebras, and Dell City will take on obviously Bishop McGuinness, who we know very well, having saw just a few weeks ago. Those should both be great games, and they'll be on OSN tonight. So we've got 3 of the 4 quarterfinals covered on OSN. Right. We're doing pretty well in 5A.
That's a great shout out to OSN.
Yeah,
have them. We had I think all but 1 or 2 playing last week, and then we still have
6. Still 6 alive.
Yeah,
still 6 alive going into play tonight. So we have 6 playoff games on the Oklahoma Sports Network tonight, and 3 here in 5A. So we got you all set. And if you're a Racer fan dialed in, maybe pull up the second screen on a phone or a computer, whatever, and check in on those 2 ball games because those will be fun. It could be teams that, who knows, maybe we'll see down the road.
That's
maybe.
right.
I don't know. We're not getting ahead of ourselves, but maybe down the road. Going to be fun, though. Anything stick out to you as far as those 3 games? I mean, they're all going to be fun, though.
Oh, yes.
Booker T. Washington, Guthrie, Carl Albert, Claremore, Dell City, McGuinness. Hard not to really zero in on that McGuinness-Dell City game, too, because we saw McGuinness a couple weeks ago. We know what they're capable of. Dell City's really good, but that feels like a big boy game right there.
That feels like, yes, you're going to have some big shoes on in that game. You got Dell City. They were state runners-up last year.
Right.
Correct. So,
yes.
That's going to be a big game. But we also saw Bishop McGuinness here. They didn't look fazed by us at all, so they're not fazed by Dell City. So I think that would be another big game. Looking at all 4 of these games,
they're all great.
There's not an easy spot. There's not one that you can say, well, I hope it'll be better if.
Yeah.
They're all good teams playing good ball, used to the playoffs. So it's going to be an exciting rest of the season.
Absolutely. No, this 5A bracket is it's a gauntlet. I mean, obviously Carl Albert is your favorite. They have been all year, but everyone left is playing really good football, and there's a lot of good games. All 4 of these quarterfinals are really fun matchups on paper, and we get to be here for one of them, obviously with Newcastle and Pryor. All right, we'll go ahead and step aside once more when we get back. Bill and I will do the starting lineups for tonight's ball game and look at what we're watching for, what the keys are going to be to Newcastle winning said football game. We'll also, of course, dive into Pryor, what they bring to the table a little bit, and get to know the Tigers and how they got here to this point in the state quarterfinals. Stick with us. Newcastle Racers pregame show, the countdown to kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title, rolls on after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium, continuing to set the scene for this one. Newcastle Racers, Pryor Tigers, 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, great rendition of the national anthem from the Racer Band. The last time, I guess, if you make it to the semis, I wonder who does the anthem.
I don't know.
Both. They just do it in sync in the neutral site. Let's go and look at the starting lineups for tonight's ballgame, presented by Sooner State Bank. Sooner State Bank, you have many options when it comes to financial institutions. At Sooner State Bank, they pride ourselves on providing the level of service that will exceed your family or business expectations. Stop by one of our branch locations today. Talk to our dedicated staff. Sooner State Bank, member FDIC, 212 Wright Street in Newcastle. Fans could probably recite these by heart by now, but we'll go ahead and do it again. On the offense to start, big quarterback Jackson Shanuel, his final home game, of course, had a phenomenal season, especially the second half of the year. Has been playing really, really well, making things happen with his legs. Also on defense, T.J. Bradford obviously makes the whole thing go. You're starting running back. Receivers, Caden Longman, Rex Heskew, Alex Schumard, big tight end Aiden Olcision. Along the offensive line, Taj Smith, Garrett Pratt, Jace Ledoux, Cody Nix, and Blake Allen rounding it out at right tackle. Billy, for you offensively, it's been all about the run game. You know, this stretch where they've been playing so well, they've been running it and running it and running it down teams' throats with Bradford and, of course, Shanuel using his legs as well. You watching for more of that tonight, or a calm night, maybe throw it around a little more? What are you thinking offensively tonight?
I think they'll rely on the run a lot because they're going to have to gear up. They're going to have to move away from pass defense to stop them.
Yeah.
They're going to have to. And so another thing kind of looking at is how the receivers will do because – you know, you're going to lull the defensive backs to sleep, and then they come in for that time, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7, and you're going to need Caden Longman. You're going to need Rex Heskew or Schumards. And so I'm looking. I think they'll have a pretty good job running it. I don't know that they'll have a difficult time doing that. But as soon as they start gearing up and filling in the box on defense, then it'll be up to the receivers catching those balls in the flat and on the sides. So.
The run game has been so much fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
The read option with Shanuel and Bradford has just been lethal because that's a no-win scenario for a defense when it's either T.J. Bradford doing his thing or Big Jackson Shanuel getting downhill. And teams have to commit one way or another, and Jackson's done a great job at reading it, and it's been really, really effective. Excited to see more of that tonight. Defensively, starting 11, Aiden Olcision, obviously tight end, also defensive end, Big Taj on the defensive tackle, Blake Allen on the nose, Thomas Barbie on the other edge, Jackson Shanuel, who, like we said, has been so good on defense, especially in the second half of the year. Tucker Brown, the other linebacker, Ian Barker, Zach Cragg, who's been playing good football, too, the last few weeks, Trey Burchett, and Caden Longman, Alex Schumard. Longman, who had that big interception for a touchdown last week, right when Noble felt like they were maybe kind of trying to get back in that. Pick six for Caden Longman. Also, of course, I always feel like I had to throw in Preston Scagnetti, who's not a listed starter, but he plays a ton of snaps. Had the scoop and score last week on the kickoff. Billy, this defense is playing some football right now. They've been forcing some big turnovers. What are you going to be watching tonight against this Pryor offense?
They have been huge. When the offense has been a little slow at times, they've held it together and even come up with big plays of their own to keep them in the game. I think your best bet, and keep an eye on this, would be Scagnetti and Burchett, possibly a little bit of Shanuel getting in there. They're going to have to get back to Ward, the quarterback for Pryor. They're going to have to get back there, shake him up a little bit, make him a little nervous. He's a junior coming in here. So if they can get back there and make him very uncomfortable, then I think you're going to have a really good game. So that's huge. Something else, and I said the same thing last week, I'll say it again this week. The defensive backs, Caden Longman showed what he could do. Schumard, Gragg, they're going to have to stay on those receivers. There are a couple of times the receivers got behind them last week.
Yeah.
They can't afford that this week. This team's too good to let them get behind them. So while you got Shanuel, Scagnetti, and Burchett chasing, making them uncomfortable, you're going to need those defensive backs and the safeties to really stay back and keep an eye on it because Ward's got an arm.
like you said, this Pryor team has got playmakers, and as we kind of examine them a little bit, Billy, I'll say having a good season. Everyone who's gotten this far is having a good season. Pryor 8-3, just like Newcastle coming into play tonight. They lost their opener to Sallisaw way back at the end of August, rattled off 3 straight wins, lost a heartbreaker to Tahlequah by 1. Then they rattled off 4 straight wins again before losing big to Del City in the season finale. A very misleading score there. They lost to Del City 49-12. So you look at that and you're saying, oh, man, that game was never close. You know, I pulled that game up this week to kind of get an idea. Obviously, that was on OSN a couple weeks ago, so I figured this is a great way to learn a little bit. And it was 21-12 middle third quarter. Like, they were in the game, and it really snowballed them down the stretch, which we know how good Del City is. That can happen. You know, they played really well, whipped up on Bishop Kelly a bit, doubled them up last week. Kenny Davis, head coach. His team's playing good football, probably feeling a little bit kind of like Noble last week, a bit of house money on the road, already got a playoff win under their belt. This is a good Pryor team, and I'm excited to see them. What are you kind of watching for with them?
Yeah, same. I did that too. I've looked up. I'm more of a stats type guy. Through the season, they're averaging over 400 yards a game, and 225 of that's passing.
Yeah, they like to throw. And it's
so,
calm tonight, calm wind, yeah.
Yes, and so that's going to be pretty huge tonight. I mean, there's all kinds of about 3 receivers, plus their running back comes out of the backfield that can catch. So you're going to have a lot of that you're going to look at tonight. But I do believe that Newcastle, if they can play smart, hold the ground, not overplay, stay where they're supposed to be, I think they're going to have pretty good success, and I think they're going to get through their line and get back and really work on Ward quite a bit.
Captains are out there for the coin toss. Captains for Newcastle, Tosh Smith, TJ Bradford, Jackson Shanuel, and Rex Heskew. The coin flip sponsor, Elcision Realty. Boomer and Tiffany Elcision of the Tiffany team are your local realtors with Prime Realty. Go Racers. Looks like Newcastle won the toss and took the football. So we're going to see Jackson Shanuel and this Newcastle offense on the field first, going left to right from your our vantage point here and on your screen here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, we'll take – did you have one more thing?
Well, I was going to say it doesn't surprise me they're taking the ball.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that earlier. If they won, would they move it to the other, defer it to the second half? But the way they've been playing the last 3 or 4 weeks, taking the ball first, they've kind of made the other team have to run and catch up with them. So I think it's a great job taking the ball.
Yeah, get yourself a lead. Yeah, the way you've been running it. Yeah, I don't disagree either, for sure. All right, we'll go ahead and step aside one more time. When we come back, we're going to have the opening kick and the football. Newcastle and Pryor, 5A quarterfinal. We'll get this thing started after this break. This has been the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. Racers, Tigers, next on OSN.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, ready to get this one started. The Newcastle Racers, the Pryor Tigers on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez working the camera. We're fired up for this one. Newcastle in the all-black home unis. Pryor in the all-road whites. And we're fired up and ready to go. Opening kickoff presented by First United Bank. First United Bank, with over 80 locations across Oklahoma and Texas, is a family bank in every sense of the word. Family owned and operated, built on family values. Treating you like family. Spend life wisely. Member FDIC. So we are ready to go. Back to return for the Racers, Caden Lawman and Ben Rogers. Ben Rogers has a kickoff return for a touchdown under his belt already this season. Did it in the season finale against Southeast. Opening kick, handled by Kyson Spencer for the Tigers, fielded by Rogers inside the 10, and we're underway in Newcastle. Rogers will run forward and fall forward just shy of the 25-yard line, and that's where Jackson Shanuel and the Newcastle offense will set up shop.
Well, I love having Longman and Rogers back there because they're always just like a step or two from a big show.
Yes.
And that one, it looked like
Speed.
there's a pretty big hole, but somebody looked like they slapped the cleat and got him sideways.
So here comes Shanuel in this Racer offense, which has been just night and day since T.J. Bradford came back. You know, early in the season, there was some growing pains. The shutout against Tuttle. Hard to fathom this team getting shut out now. The way they've been running the football, and obviously these receivers, a great safety net for Shanuel in the pass game. And we'll see how they get this one started. Bradford set up well behind Shanuel, and then he'll step up to his left on the first offensive snap of the night. And it will go to Bradford right up the middle, and the ball's poked loose on the turf, and the Tigers jump on it. So the first play of the night, the ball's loose. Hasn't been signaled yet, and there it is. It looked like Pryor got on it. The ball was poked out. I think that was Caden Rice, number 11, who was the first one on it. And the Tigers come through with a big turnover.
Wow, that not what you were needing, especially you talked about it, you know, how it's starting and everything. But hopefully it's something we can come back with and make up for it.
Bradford seemed confused as he thought that he recovered the fumble, but it was signal Pryor football. So the Tigers get a big turnover. That's a gut punch for a lot of reasons. The most obvious being, like you said, you took the ball to start. Now you don't really get the ball to start. So kind of Pryor's getting it to start both halves now, essentially. Here come the Tigers with quarterback Braden Ward, number 1, setting up at the Racer 34. The lefty stops back and fires. It's caught just shy of the 20. Getting down the sideline and pushed out of bounds is Gavin Roberts, junior wideout, and Pryor's in the red zone in a blink.
Well, and that's where you see it. They have these big receivers, can stiff arm. He had a good stiff arm there on Heskew, getting down there to the 15.
So 1st and 10 at the 15. Ward will go on the ground. And running forward, bouncing free inside the 5, and just short of the goal line is Brendan Monk, senior running back. Looked like he was going to just get a few. All of a sudden, he's squeezed free, and he's down just shy of the goal line.
Well, and he saw some smarts right there. He saw the lane he was getting ready to go into shut down, so he just cut it back left the lane.
So Pryor, a dream start, and they're knocking on the door of an early lead. 1st and goal. Ward's going to keep it himself. Up the gut, runs into a brick wall. Can he get the push? No. Racers stand up and hold him out on 1st down.
Well, that was excellent. I was trying to see the number there. It might have been Elcision or someone else just blocked him up where he could not go forward anymore, and then got joined by other Racers.
Well, the interior of the Racer defensive line is stout. Not a lot of room in there. So they get the stop on 1st down, make it now 2nd and goal. Right about the 2. Ward checking with his line. Got 2 receivers up at the top, nobody at the bottom. The running back is Monk. Ward will fake it to Monk and keep it himself up the middle, trying to get through that brick wall. This time he will. He'll fall across the goal line. 2-yard touchdown run for Braden Ward. And what a start for the Tigers. They take the early lead on the road.
Well, and they made a statement right there. They're letting Newcastle know we're here to play. We're not going to lay down. So You just chalk that up to a bad start. They went 33 yards for the touchdown.
33, 34, something like that.
So
funky formation here. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Ward is still in there, and they're going to go for 2. Ward's going to take direct to the left. He'll fire far side off the fingertips of Brock Ward. Had a chance, but right off his fingertips. He was open, but pass a little high and wide, and it'll be incomplete. So Pryor comes up empty on the 2, but they've got an early lead. 10:34 to go in the first. 6-0 Tigers here on the road on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. A just dream start for Pryor. Can't ask for any more. You do the opening kick, you force a turnover on the first play, and then you punch in back to the other side. I guess you could have got the 2. That's the only thing that hasn't gone right for Pryor in the first 86 seconds. And now we're back to it, so Racers will try and respond. Ben Rogers will get another shot at it. He fields it about the 5 over the middle of the field, and he's wrapped down at about the 23 or so. That's where the Racers will set up. First quarter sponsor, Chris Dumm, All-State agent. Chris knows what life is like here in Newcastle, that you choose your car and your home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. He also knows how important it is to do the same when it comes to insurance. He looks forward to getting to know you and helping you find the solutions that meet your needs. Call today, 405-392-2390. So we'll see how this Racer offense can respond, Billy, after a turnover on the first play. Obviously, there's no scenario where you go away from TJ Bradford, so maybe go right back to him here after the early mishap.
Got to get momentum back.
1st and 10 at the 22. Bradford next to Shaniel. They'll fake it to him. Shaniel will throw. Far side wide open is Rex Heskew. Nobody picked him up, and he goes across the 35 for a first down. He was all alone, Billy. No one near him.
Well, and I think that's a good idea. I was thinking they got to get it back in the hands of Bradford fast so he'd keep his head in there, and so they faked it to him, and everybody went for it.
Good throw by Shaniel. 1st and 10 after the 14-yard pickup on first down. Here we go, our first chance to say it. Gene Reed, we gave Gene a task during the week to either come up with a name or get a name. We got both. Right. He came up with a name. He called it Gimme 5 because it's just a free 5.
Yeah.
But you got the real name, which
yes, Coach said they call it check
because it's just to find out what the defense is.
Right.
But they get 5 yards on it. So there you have it. Newcastle has mastered that.
I can't help to think there's a little wink on that.
Yes. So 1st and 5. Here's Bradford, and he's got a ton of room. Look at all this space. T.J. Bradford, forget the fumble. T.J. TD, 59 yards to the house.
Great job. That's how you get momentum back. That's how you let the team know, yeah, you punched us and we got off the mat.
Wow.
So that was a great job right there by him. That's a 57-yard run.
That's a way to respond.
Yes.
Bradford's first carry after the fumble, he goes 59 yards right up the gut. It was just a Grand Canyon of space.
Yes. Well, he wasn't touched. He was not touched at all.
Untouched.
You got to give it to the line there as well. Great job.
Extra point is up and through. And with 9:55 to go in the first, the Racers have got the lead. T.J. Bradford, 59-yard touchdown run. Newcastle leads Pryor 7-6 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. 59-yard touchdown run by T.J. Bradford. One carry after the fumble, and it puts the Racers up 7-6. Billy, obviously, Bradford, a lot of credit for bouncing back. But we talked about it. That was a lane right there. You could have drove a semi-truck through that thing right to the house. What a job by the Newcastle big boys up front.
That wasn't a hole. That was half the field. I mean, there was
the entire
nobody.
where the hash marks were, basically.
He was not touched.
Incredible.
It's incredible to run up the middle to a 59-yard touchdown and not be touched the whole way.
Yeah.
That says something. So
a heck of an answer by Newcastle after just a nightmare start. I mean, it's exactly what you're fearful of if you're a coach. But a heck of a response. And now the defense will get their chance to bounce back. Because Medrano's kickoff here will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, almost slipped down. Did keep his footing, though, and then he's popped at about the 12. That was Gage Lafrere, a freshman, back returning kicks for Pryor. Almost slipped back inside the 5, and they didn't have a lot of room. I'm kind of surprised he didn't let that bounce. It was really close to the sideline. Might have went out of bounds. I guess that's maybe more of a gamble, but.
Well, I think he forgot where he was on the field.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew that he was that close to the sideline.
So much different starting field position for Pryor this time around as opposed to the 34. They're on their own 12. As this Racer defense looks to bounce back and keep the momentum with the home team. Ward will hand it off, bouncing the right side across the 15, diving out near the 18 or 19 is Brendan Monk.
Yeah, Brandon Monk looks like he's a really good running back there. He does that same thing Bradford does where he kind of stops at the line and lets everything develop.
Give him 7 yards on that, 2nd down and 3. Monk will go in motion. Ward all alone in the backfield. He'll run up the middle. Does a good job to fight through some arm tackles and get forward for a first down.
Yeah, I was not aware how good of a runner that Ward was. There, Braden Ward showing some good job, good running himself.
Ward very slight, 6'1", just 170, but yeah, got some good athleticism on him, and the lefty can throw it around a bit. We've seen that already too. He'll throw it here. Oh, he gets popped. The ball is loose. Are they going to call that a fumble? Now they're going to rule it incomplete. They're ruling it incomplete. Oh boy, that was close.
Man.
As Ward got just absolutely smoked.
Yeah, I thought it looked like it was at Elcision.
It was Scagnetti on the hit.
Yeah. Boy, that was just half a second from a fumble.
You saw the replay there on the Eric Ledoux instant replay. That was a pop. And Pryor is fortunate that wasn't ruled a fumble. 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Monk. He'll plow forward for 5 or so.
Yeah, they're doing a good job trying to establish that run and then come back and catch you sleeping and get the pass. But the defense is holding them pretty well.
3rd down and 5. So a chance for Newcastle to get off the field here. Ward with some hard count. Now he'll check with his sideline.
Watch down here low.
Ward will fake the handoff. He'll be looking toward the bottom. He's going to fire deep. Got a man wide open at the 40. Put it on him. It's the other Ward inside the 30 and knocked out of bounds. Brock Ward from Braden Ward. That was a perfect throw, and they just lost him down the sideline. He was wide open.
Well, and that was beautiful. What you saw there from Brock is he kind of slowed down there when he was right behind Caden and then took off again.
Quickly to the line. 1st and 10. Ward will fire to the bottom. To Brock Ward, and he's immediately popped and put down by Caden Longman. No gain there. But that was a heck of a throw by Braden Ward before, too.
Man.
Put it right on the money. Good hustle by the Racers to run that down and save a touchdown.
What I liked is he threw it where the receiver would be, not where he was.
Right. 2nd down and 10 at the 25. Had a lot of action in the first 4.5 minutes of this one. 2 running backs are Ward and Monk. Ward will now bounce outside. Braden Ward will fake it. He'll fire down to the bottom, pass off the hands of Jackson Parks. He had a lot of pressure coming in on him again. Had to get rid of that thing quick.
Well, I think getting in the backfield is really speeding him up, making him throw it too early, and looks like he's putting quite a bit of heat on it.
So now 3rd and 10, a chance for the Racers here to try and get a stop. This point of the field, you figure if you can get it close, they'll go ahead and go for it. But we'll have to see. what Kenny Davis likes to do if we get there. 3rd and 10. Receiver at the top is Gavin Roberts. Got a 3 bunch at the bottom, right off the line. Monk, the running back, behind Ward. Ward will give it to Monk. He'll bounce around the left side. Nothing there. Got maybe a yard or two, as that was Barker who blew that up, read it all the way. And now you got 4th and long here coming up for the Tigers.
That was a great job by Barker, not getting stuck in those holes and in those lanes. That was a good job. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, that play call certainly would signify they were going to go for it the whole way. But if you're Coach Davis, you were hoping for more than just one.
Yeah.
But now 4th and 9, they will go. 5 wide here for Ward. Big play early in this game. He'll fake the jet sweep. Ward looking for somewhere to go. Fire toward the top. 1-on-1 down in the corner. It's caught. Touchdown.
Wow.
Gavin Roberts on a dime by Braden Ward, and he's bumped up.
I didn't see a signal.
That was a spectacular throw right in the corner. Defender was right on him. Couldn't quite make out the number. I think that was Barker, number 3. It was great coverage. He was right there, but a pinpoint throw by Ward, and Pryor's back in the lead.
Wow. Yeah, it's just going to be who's going to be able to hold on to momentum, it looks like, tonight.
12.
Just kind of looks like they're going to go back and forth until they make the adjustments.
So they're going to go for 2 again here. Looks like kicking not in the cards for this Pryor team tonight, at least so far. Little scoop, Ward to Ward, a little trickeration. He'll fire to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught. I've never seen a play like that as Monk catches in the back of the end zone. The scoop snap to Brock Ward, who lateraled it to Braden Ward, who threw it in the end zone to Monk. That was wild, and it results in 2 points for Pryor. 6:43 to go in the first quarter. We've had a lot of action so far. Tigers lead the Racers 14-7 on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Welcome to the 5A quarterfinals. We've had a action-packed first 5 minutes and 17 seconds. There's a 25-yard touchdown. Braden Ward to Gavin Roberts in the corner of the end zone and puts Pryor back in the lead. Kickoff here will be fielded by Caden Lallman at about the 5-yard line. He'll try and bring it out. He'll cut back around the sideline. There's a lot of room here, and he'll be wrapped down just shy of the 30. Caden Lallman ever so shifty and elusive with a good return there to get Newcastle some solid field position here on this third drive of the night.
Well, I really like that, how a lot of times and kind of traditionally you saw them, they'd cut back left and go the other side of the field. It's really incredible that he started left and came back right. So that's a good job by him.
So the Racers will take over on offense, 1st and 10 at the 31 is where they end up giving it to. 3 wide, Bradford the running back behind Jackson Shanuel. Shanuel will fake it, now throw it underneath to Lallman, a little bubble screen. Not much there. Ooh, ball came out toward the end. They're going to say he was down. And just a gain of about 1 or so.
Boy, they're really going after that ball on defense.
Yeah.
They're really just trying to hit it, punch it, slap it, and grab it.
Bradford a big run here on 2nd down, and he jets forward out to the 45 for a first down. So Bradford unfazed by that early fumble. Another big run there, and the Racers are back on the move.
And they're back gashing them. They're back getting those.
1st and 10 at the 45. Ooh. Almost got the gimme 5, as Gene likes to call it. Tigers just got back. 1st and 10 at the 45. Shanuel faked the handoff He'll throw underneath to Longman, who will get 4 for about 5. Good pickup on first down.
He's brought down number 21.
I kind of like that pass out there to the div. Kind of keeps them on their toes. And then here in a second, as they're leaning that direction, they just take off and run it on the other side. So we'll see if that sets them up.
2nd and 5, right about midfield. Racers trying to respond after the touchdown from Pryor. Shanuel fake the handoff. He'll keep it to the right side. Jackson Shanuel plowing forward across the 45. That's a first down. QB run game has been such an asset for the Racers this season. First time we've really seen Shanuel use his legs tonight, and it works well there. A gain of about 7 and a first down.
And one guy cannot tackle him, and that's the advantage Newcastle has.
So 1st and 10. Shanuel. He'll drop back to pass. He's going to fire far side. Got a man down there. It's caught inside the 25. A big hit. Rex Heskew. Who else? That was another great throw by Jackson Shanuel.
That was excellent throw. It kind of froze the defensive back. I was kind of waiting for him to close in on it, and he never did. So that was a great job. I'm saying great job a lot tonight, aren't I?
Well, they're doing great things.
Yeah.
1st and 10 to 23. Racers knocking on the door. Shanuel, handoff Bradford to the left side. He explodes to the line, and he's out near another first down. He might have got a first down. Looks like he did. 1st and 10, moved the chains again to the 12, and into the Trinity Restoration red zone for the first time tonight.
I told you it'd be an exciting game, and it
so far,
started
yes.
off that way. We're not even
so far, yes.
3 touchdowns, and we're not even 2/3 through the first quarter.
1st and 10 at the 12. Shanuel, he'll run to the left, stops his momentum. Pryor did a good job to get out on the edge there, force him back inside. Wasn't anything there, no gain on first, and that was well defended by Pryor there.
Yeah, that number 57 out there, Noah Curtis, he got out there and cut off that edge on him, and so that was a good stop.
2nd and 10 at the 12, 3:39 to go in the first and counting. Racers trying to tie this thing back up here at home. Longman will go in motion. He'll come down to the bottom, join Rex Heskew. Shanuel, handoff Bradford, and he got popped right away as a slew of white jerseys clog up the lane, maybe a yard, but not much beyond that, as Newcastle now going to be sitting in a 3rd and long.
And this is the first time they've been in the red zone. Of course, it's just their 2nd series going into the end zone, hopefully. But they're showing, Pryor is showing that they're not going to let much get through this close to the end zone.
3rd and 9 at the 11. Bradford in the backfield next to Shanuel, and it's not going to help, as it looks like a false start's going to be hit on the Racers here. Yep, exactly that. So 3rd and 9 turns into a 3rd and 14. Now you're in a really sticky spot here.
Yeah, this is one of those places where maybe a pass, a Heskew pass, but with little field down there, you're not going to be able to play them like you would out at the 40 or the 30.
3rd and 14 at the 16. Shanuel will try and throw for it. Pressure coming off the edge. He'll step up and fire over the middle, looking for Longman. He got him! What a dime from Jackson Shanuel. Put it right on Caden Longman's 8, and it's a touchdown.
Oh, great job. 17-yard pass right there. Hit him right in stride. The defender was right there, right on his left hip. Couldn't have covered him much better. You can see there in the Eric Ledoux replay. But he threw it out in front of him, and Longman just ran right through it and caught it.
Boy, Jackson Shanuel is throwing some darts right now. That was a great throw. Stepping up in the pocket, put it right on Longman. Extra point is through, and we're tied up again. 2:39 to go in the first. Points, and more points in the 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how how casually you say it, it's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
Back here at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 2:39 to go in the first. 14 apiece, 16-yard touchdown. Jackson Shaniel to Caden Longman. Up and down, Billy. It's been all about the offenses so far. Other than the fumble on the first possession of the game, every drive resulted in a touchdown. Both offenses are just going up and down.
Well, you feel like they're giving their strongest swings right now, checking each other out, testing each other. I think things will settle down a little bit more, and we'll see who takes momentum.
Rachel will kick it away. Madrano with a line drive kick will go into the end zone, and it'll be a fair catch there. So a touchback for the Tigers. See how this Rachel defense can respond. Pryor's pretty much had their way so far, both running and throwing.
Well, and I think it's got them on their heels. They're a good passing team. They're a good running team. 225 passing, 180 rushing on the season. So just kind of figuring out and seeing what they're doing, figuring them out, and what weaknesses they can exploit.
So 1st and 10 at the 20 after the touchback.
1st and 10 Pryor from their own 20-yard line.
Ward in this Pryor offense, which has been dynamite so far, trying to keep it going. Ward will throw on 1st down. He'll step back and fire to fellow Ward Brock, and he'll get forward for about 6 or 7 on 1st down. Tell you what, Braden Ward, this lefty QB, he's throwing some good balls too. Him and Jackson Shaniel both very sharp in this first quarter.
Yes, he's just got that arm, can put it right where its receivers need to be.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 3 after the pickup of 7. Ward will fake the handoff and fire on the slant behind his man.
Good defense.
As Gavin Roberts couldn't quite pull it in. Probably a good thing it was a little behind. If it was more on track, Caden Longman was right there, read it all the way.
Yeah, that was a good job by Caden, just staying right there, kind of shook him loose of it.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Good time for a stop.
2:06 to go in the first. 14 apiece. Racers looking for their first defensive stop of this game so far. Still early, but Pryor offense has done its thing so far, trying to keep it going. 3rd and 4. 3 wide, 2 running backs on either side of quarterback Braden Ward. Now we're going to get a timeout here. And it's going to be charged by Pryor. They're going to talk it over with Coach Davis. We'll go ahead and take it 2, 14 apiece. 2:06 to go in the first on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back to it. 3rd and 4. Braden Ward will throw it right out to Brock Ward in the flat, and pressure coming. They got him. A great open field tackle by Jackson Shaniel to keep him short of the stick. That was a great job by Shaniel, just running him down. He had all that open space, and he just, like a heat-seeking missile, got him down before the marker.
That's just a great job. Just for the quarterback to have the ability like that to cut him off, get over there and tackle him, that was a great job by Shaniel.
So Newcastle stands up and gets a stop. That's what they needed. And Pryor will punt it away. And now Coach Brickman in Newcastle wants to take a timeout. That funky punt formation might have thrown him for a loop there with 1:35 to go.
That is so just wild how they throw those lines in there like that. It's almost like they got trick plays, but when you do it every time, is it a trick play?
Right. So an entertaining first quarter, to say the least here, Billy. The Racers took the first punch, with the turnover, and Pryor then capitalized it and punched it in for the touchdown. But Newcastle responded, got a touchdown of their own. Then Pryor went down, took the lead back, answered again. It's been all about the offenses so far, but so far Racers have answered the bell whenever Pryor has come out, guns blazing.
Well, and this should be a time where Newcastle hopefully takes control of this game. Their defense came out, made that stop. It's the first time that they've really shown that control to stop them. And so this would be a good time. I don't know the funky setup right there. I'm not sure what they're planning on. But to get the ball back right here and maybe at their own 40 would be a great thing.
So Pryor, again, like you said, with the funky formation on the punt here, you imagine they'd punt this away. Rex Eskew is back to return. He's set up on the Newcastle 42. And they will punt it. That's Kyson Spencer who does the honor. High punt will bounce out of bounds at about the 43 or so, and that's where Newcastle will set up on offense with 1:26 to go. So the Racer defense gets their first stop. And now the offense back out there looking to get Newcastle back in the lead in this high-flying, high-scoring opening quarter.
Well, one of the dangerous things about punting, you saw him run off to the right and then punt it. I think it hit a Newcastle player and then went out of bounds because you can't see where it's coming from. You don't have time to tell them to clear out, get out of the way. So that looked like that could have been a dangerous thing as well.
So Newcastle will set up on their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. $1:26 to go in the opening quarter. Jackson Shanuel in the shotgun. Bradford next to him, 4 wide set. They'll go to Bradford here on 1st down. He'll run forward for a few.
Number 5, TJ Bradford on the run, gain of 3.
I think it'd be great if they could just have a series to take us to halftime right here. Just go as slow as possible. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I don't know if you physically could use a whole quarter starting on the 43-yard line.
Right now I feel like just keeping the ball out of number 1's hand.
2nd and 7 after the 1st down carry from Bradford, under a minute in the quarter. Shanuel fire down to the bottom. He's got Longman inside the 45, breaking a tackle, and down near the 40. Boy, Jackson Shanuel, that doesn't sound like a broken record, but he's putting these balls on the money right now. And another one there, and the Racers are back on the move into Pryor territory.
And we're seeing Newcastle put it all over the field, passing, running, keeping them on their feet.
1st and 10 at the 40, Racers going quick here. Now Shanuel will check with the sideline. And now we have a stoppage. Officials conferring with 37 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
I couldn't tell what the stoppage was for.
No, me neither. All right. Looks like now we're going to get back to it. 4 wide set for the Racers on the 40-yard line. And now we have another stoppage.
Something's going on down there. I'm not sure.
Might be the Pryor band playing.
They're looking back over that direction. Okay.
Remember, we saw early in the year, it was Blanchard, right, that the Lions got hit with a penalty, actually, for the band playing too close to the snap. I think that might have been what that stoppage was for. I didn't see any, formal scolding, though, or warning. All right, back to it. 1st and 10 to 40. Shanuel will throw. He'll bounce outside. Pressure coming, and he'll just have to get rid of it. Good job by Shanuel to buy time there, but also a good play to just throw it away on 1st down, live to fight another day.
Right.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 here in the final seconds of the opening quarter.
And it looks like Shanuel is trying to find more opportunities to pass than we've seen him do previously. Normally he would have taken off on that one a lot quicker.
Brings up 2nd and 10 from the Pryor 40-yard line.
So 2nd and 10, likely the final play of the quarter, barring another incomplete pass. Shanuel will hand it. No, he fakes it to Bradford, fires to Boykins on the slant, and it was just a little behind him. And incomplete. We will have another snap in the quarter as Boykins had one-on-one out there. If that was a little more out in front of him, he might have had something cooking, but just a tick behind him, couldn't quite pull it in. Now you've got 3rd and 10.
And he's the guy that makes some incredible catches
the
past few weeks. But I think that one was just a little bit beyond what he could reach back and grab there with the defender.
So now you got 3rd and 10. Probably 2 downs to get this. So wouldn't rule out a run here on 3rd and 10. Lawman will go in motion to the bottom of your screen. Shane will fake the handoff. He'll try and throw. Fires underneath. That's Heskew at the 31. Pushing forward across the 30. That's a first down for Newcastle. All reliable Rex Heskew.
That's right.
And he gets the first down, and that should tick us down to the end of the opening quarter as they give him the 28-yard line. And that will end the opening quarter. So Newcastle offense is humming. Defense maybe starting to find its footing. A very entertaining first 12 minutes. And at the end of one is Pryor 14, Newcastle 14. The 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Right back to it. Pass a little high there from Shanuel, looking for Alex Schumard as we start the second quarter. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Very entertaining first 12 minutes.
Well, it was a good thing that he got his hands on that because number 16 there was foaming at the mouth to intercept it.
That's Jackson Parks for Pryor. Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 at the 28. Shanuel will hand it to Bradford. He'll bounce to the right side. Did a good job just to keep his footing there. Ended up getting forward for about 5 or so. Sets up a manageable 3rd down.
That's right. I think you've lulled them into expecting the pass more often now. That'd be a good time to lean on them with the rush.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. 3 wide set. Bradford in the backfield with Shanuel. He'll check with the Racer sideline. Key spot here. They're all kind of key in a close game like this in the playoffs. Bradford will step up next to Shanuel. Fake the handoff to him. Jackson will keep up the middle, and he got blasted. A big hit from Pryor. That's 27, Caleb Cantrell, senior tight end linebacker. Came in and laid the boom there. Wow. It looks like Newcastle's going to try the field goal with Brian Madrano.
I think that's the hardest that I have seen Shanuel get hit.
He
this
does not
year.
get knocked backward very often.
So great job on defense right there.
So the Racers are going to try the field goal. Brian Madrano, of course, will be remembered around here for a long time for that game-winning field goal against Bishop McGuinness. Going to try and nail one here. This is about a 40-yarder for Madrano. Spot down from Longman. Kick is up. Got plenty of power. And it's through.
Yeah.
What a kick by Madrano. A 40-yard field goal. And it puts the Racers back in front by a trio. 17-14 with 10:33 to go until halftime. We'll step aside. Racers back in front. Defense back on the field after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back to Racer Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Appreciate everyone tuned in. This 5A quarterfinal matchup. 10:33 to play until halftime. Newcastle leads Pryor 17-14. Madrano, who made that field goal, will kick it away. And it will go into the end zone for a touchback. And Pryor will bring it out to the 20.
Yeah, you're seeing his strength right there. I think it's smart for him. Get them all into the end zone there.
Announce that the voting for the finalists in our second annual Backing Up Our Heroes program will open up soon. This initiative aims to honor and support our deserving veteran by awarding a free generator.
So, Josh, what do you think? Watch, we've just had just over a quarter. What are you seeing out there that Newcastle needs to do?
You know, they've done some nice things defensively. You got to find a way to get pressure on Ward. That's when they've been at their best, when they've gotten some heat on him, made him throw it quick. They'll run it with Monk here on first down. Not a lot of space there. They'll get maybe a yard or two at most.
Number 9,
And it'll be set up second down. We'll make sure to thank our second quarter sponsor, which is Contemporary Family Dentistry. Number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street, 405-387-9300. Second down and 8 for Pryor. Ward will throw, steps up in the pocket. He'll take off and scramble now to the left. And he'll be ran down right about the line of scrimmage. Good job chasing him down by Preston Scagnetti. And it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was a great rundown. You know he's fast. Scagnetti was a little faster, cutting him off there where he couldn't turn the corner.
So it'll be 3rd and long. Racer defense, like we said, kind of starting to find their footing a little bit here. Now hoping that they can start to pile up some stops. 3rd and 7. 9:26 and counting to play in this opening quarter. Ward will throw for it. Looks to the bottom, nobody there to fire over the middle. It's caught and zipping up the field for a first down and then some. Inside, or past the 35, I should say, to the 36. That's a heck of a job putting it right on, and that was Parks again, number 16. As Ward, his first read was not there. He had to make something happen, and he did just that, getting the first down.
Did you see who made that tackle?
It's Big Taj, right?
Big Taj Smith got out there and just popped him down.
But a good play by Braden Ward, who this junior quarterback continues to make plays for the Tigers. Did so there. Moves the sticks for a first down. Now they'll run it again here with Monk. Bouncing out to the outside. Breaks a couple of tackles. Lower the shoulder, but undercut by Heskew after a pick of about 4.
Yeah, Heskew is good. That's how he comes in. He kind of missiles right there and missiles down at their legs. I asked him about that, and all he ever says, he looks at me and goes, "Would you see how big they are?" So
that's the best way to do it.
That's right. Chop them down.
2nd down and 6 after the first down run by Monk. Ward in the shotgun. They'll give it to Monk up the middle here, and nothing. Burchett holding them up. He was hit toward the bottom there by big 73. Blake Allen kind of stopped the momentum, and Burchett able to clean it up. Got maybe a couple of yards.
Yeah, that was good stop there in the middle. That's probably the best I've seen them play right there in the middle. So they've had a little bit of success there in the first quarter.
So it gets a couple of yards, sets up a 3rd down and 4. Pryor been very good on 3rd downs tonight. Trying to pick up another one. The running back with Ward is 21, Jaron Bailey. Haven't seen a lot of him. It's been a lot of Monk so far, but Bailey in there here on 3rd down. 3 wide set. Ward will roll out to his left and hand it off to Bailey, who gets forward and gets leveled just shy of the 45. As is that Burchett or Shaniel? Like Shaniel, the one who came in and laid the lumber. And it's going to be 4th down.
That was Shaniel. I don't think he even saw him coming. He just, before he knew it, he was hit there on the back of the shoulder pads and down. That was a great job.
Looks like Pryor's going to go ahead and punt again. So this Racer defense, after those first couple drives, were really good for Pryor, going right down the field. Racers have seemingly found their footing on defense and settled down with back-to-back stops, and Pryor will have to punt it. Heskew back to return as per usual at the 26-yard line. Low snap. They do get the punt off clean, and it's going to go toward the sideline. Heskew will fair catch it at the 29.
Wow.
And Newcastle will set up shop there. That was very close to being a penalty.
Yeah, in fact,
didn't contact him. We had to give him, I think it's about a yard or so, and that wasn't a yard, but no flag.
No flag at all. And you saw the coaches kind of ask, but they didn't really fight too hard for it. So
Newcastle take over again. First 10 of the 29. Had us out for a field goal last time, but offense has been moving the football well. Now you got a chance if you can go down and get this thing in the end zone to get a 2-score lead, which, feels welcome with how nip and tuck this game has been so far.
From their own 34-yard line.
But I think to see a little bit of normal offense here, that would be a good thing for them.
First and 10 for the Racers on their own 29. Shaniel will hand it off to Bradford, who'll go to the right side. Carry a couple guys forward to get a solid pickup on first down.
Well, you remember this is what they did a few weeks ago. They just get that 4 or 5 on first down. And that just set up the rest of the downs for them.
You're always going to be in good shape if you can go get 4 or 5 on first down. It gets the whole thing going. They did give him 5 on that to the 34-yard line. Second and 5, excuse me. Handoff going back to Bradford. A little stretch play, and he'll get forward for a couple more. Sets up a 3rd and short.
Well, and they're really watching Shaniel and Bradford right now. They're wanting to keep them as cooped up as possible.
Brought down to number 27, Caleb Cantrell.
So they give him the 37, call it 3rd down and 2 as we near the midway point of this second quarter here in the Oklahoma Sports Network. 5A quarterfinals. Newcastle and Pryor. Been a really fun game so far. Shaniel will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff, fire down to the top. That's Heskew. He's got the first down across the 45. There is a flag down, and we'll see what this is for. They do give Heskew the 46. So he easily moved the chains, but we'll see what this flag is.
Well, it was thrown over there where I'm not even sure what they would call over in that area. There wasn't, it wouldn't be a hold that I saw or anything. It wouldn't be interference.
It's such a bang-bang play, too. It's hard to even figure how there was time for there to be a penalty like that. It looks like it's going to be on the Racers, though. They're going to say illegal man downfield. Wow, okay. Again, I'll kind of reiterate the same point. It was such a quick play, it's hard to imagine anybody even had time to get downfield.
I saw these linemen warming up. I don't know that they had time to get downfield. What is it, 3 yards? Can't be farther than 3 yards? Wow.
So that 5-yard penalty will back them up to 3rd and 7. So that's a big call, obviously. It eliminates a first down and puts Newcastle in a challenging 3rd and long, or long-ish 3rd and 7.
Longer than you want.
Yeah. See what they do here to try and pick this up. Shaniel, he'll roll out to his left. He'll fire in the flat to Bradford. Bradford trying to get the sideline. Gets a block for Longman. That's a first down across the 45. Give Cade Longman a lot of credit. He had the block on the edge that kind of sprung that thing to get it out across the marker for the first down.
And that was a very smart play by Longman. He didn't come in for the kill block. He didn't come in to crack block him. He just stood in the way. That was a good job.
So it's a first down up to the 48-yard line. Good play. Both design and execution there for the Racers. And they're on the move again out near midfield. Shaniel faked the handoff to Bradford. He's got a clean pocket. He'll fire over the middle. Got Schumard. He caught it inside the 30. Just floated it over the Pryor defenders. A little bit of touch. Laying it in there, and Schumard pulls it down.
That was beautiful. You just saw the defensive guy go up, and it's one of those times just inches from your fingers. And great pass.
Good look at that in the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. Racers on the move again. First and 10 at the 28. Shaniel handoff to Bradford, and he gets a bit of a lick there right about the line of scrimmage. Going to be probably no gain. Tell you what, Noah Curtis, big lineman, number 57 for the Tigers, 6'3", 235. He's been in the mix a lot tonight on those run plays.
He's a sturdy fella.
Yes.
Very sturdy.
Yes.
I think between him and Caleb, I'm trying to see the name here in the light. Between him and Caleb Cantrell, number 27, man, they're two hitting machines.
Now I got another false start. So a illegal motion maybe here on Longman moving. And they get someone moving, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So the run on first down goes nowhere, and now the penalty. And now all of a sudden you're looking at a second and quite
16,
a bit.
Yeah.
At the 34, got to get to about the 18. So, yeah, 16 or so. How quickly the momentum can just zap from you on a drive.
Just feel the air go.
2nd and 16. Shanuel faked, he did give it to Bradford, and he's got nothing again off that right side. Same two culprits, with the primary being Noah Curtis again. So the Tigers, give them some credit defensively, have buttoned up their rush defense pretty much since that run from Bradford, the 59-yarder where we talked about just a massive running lane. They've done a pretty good job between the tackles to slow him down, and now you've got 3rd and long.
Yeah, definitely a pass play here, but I think you're going to have to get the runs outside the middle.
Probably want at least, 10 yards or so to feel good about a field goal try. We'll see what happens. Here you go again, another penalty. So the Racers just shooting themselves in the foot here on this drive. Another false start. And now you're going to be stuck in 3rd and 21. So self-inflicted wounds really hurting Newcastle on this possession.
But they just need to fix that stuff up. You know that number 57 and number 27 are really making them think about it. And so that's what I think has really got the linemen kind of jumping.
3rd down and 21 now after the penalty. 2nd on this set of downs alone, and 2 run plays that didn't get much. Now you have whistles again, and it's going to be a timeout taken by Newcastle. Coach Brickman and the staff want to talk things over. We'll take it with them. 3:36 to play until halftime. Newcastle leads Pryor 17-14 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
All right, back here at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier after the timeout. 3rd down and 21 for Newcastle. See how aggressive they're going to be. Are they going to just try and get some of it and then get for the field goal, or are they going to go for the whole enchilada? We'll see. 5 wide after Bradford splits out. Now Pryor wants to take a timeout. You can tell this is a playoff game, Billy.
Yes.
We've had a lot of kind of just, making sure everything, all the ducks are in a row a little more than maybe you would typically in a regular season game.
Well,
so Pryor takes their 2nd timeout.
It seems like Coach Davis is a lot like Brickman here. He sees the lineup, sees that he needs to make adjustments, playing chess over on that side of the field.
Stick with us at the half, by the way. No band performances during the playoffs. We learned that last week. So you won't have that, but we'll have the stream. We'll obviously stay up here at Racer Stadium, and then Billy and I will rejoin you after a short break. We'll go through some of the other scores tonight, including the other, of course, 5A quarterfinal matchups. And we'll get you all ready for the second half. So don't go anywhere during the half. Go take a little bit of a break, get yourself a snack, use the bathroom, and get ready for what's going to be a very entertaining 3rd and 4th quarters, it does feel like, tonight here in this 5A quarterfinal.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go again. Let's try this for real. 3rd and 21. Caden Longman just off the line. 4 receivers set, not including Longman. Shanuel will drop back to pass. Some pressure. He'll step up. He's going to take off and run. A lot of room up the middle of the field. Shanuel hesitates, makes one guy miss, cuts back inside the 20. I think he's going to have it. It's going to be really close. He got it. That's a 1st down for Jackson Shanuel. 3rd and 21, and he runs for it.
Great call right there.
Unbelievable.
That was a great call. Clear everybody out. You had 5 receivers. Had Longman go out from right behind the tackle. And so everybody was out of the way, and he just ran and got up as far as he could.
We've been talking about it for years. Out of a timeout, Coach Brickman, the man can design some plays.
He can dial it up.
He can dial it up, and that was just perfect all around. And they pick it up on 3rd and 21. Here's Bradford up the middle, running hard, keeping the legs moving. And he's down near the 10. Racers back in the Trinity Restoration red zone in the final 3 minutes of this half, trying to get a 2-score lead.
Well, and they're driving, and that's the first time I saw Bradford really pushing their big guys backwards, so that was a good run.
2nd down and 3 at the 10. Shanuel, handoff Bradford. This time, Pryor does a good job to clog up the lane. Didn't get much of anything, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Maybe a yard.
Well, and they're having to think about it. They're having to stay in there because about the time that you got the linebackers going back to make covers, you're going to see Bradford or you're going to see Shanuel take it to the house.
So 3rd down and 2 at the 9. Can obviously move the sticks here and set yourself up for a 1st and goal, which would be beneficial to keep the clock moving too. Shanuel. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, breaking through some arm tackles, and he's in. Touchdown, Jackson Shanuel. 9 yards up the gut. Racers with a 2-score lead.
Well, and here I think you saw the coaches making some calls. They're seeing that the middle of that defense, they're playing a 34, and you're seeing some real aggression out of the linebackers. And so I think he saw something, and that was the first series I saw them really use the linebackers' aggression against them, letting them run themselves out of the play and then coming back with something else. So that was a good call, good job by coaches.
Extra point, spot down, kick is up and through. And the Racers have got a 2-score lead for the first time tonight. $1:59 in play until halftime. Newcastle leads Pryor 24-14, 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
Back to Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle leads it 24-14 on top of Pryor. 1:59 to go until halftime. Billy, we talked about it. The QB run game off of the Bradford run game, that read option has been so lethal for the Racers. You saw it there. They all crashed on Bradford. Shanuel had a little bit of room. That's all he needs. 9-yard touchdown run. The Racers have a 2-score lead.
Absolutely. The only way they stopped Shanuel earlier was to face him up and really drive him backwards. You can't do it if you don't face him up.
Kick from Madrano here is booted into the end zone. Going to land right about the R in Racers. And Pryor will get a touchback and bring it out. Important drive here for Pryor. Important drive in the game because, remember, the Tigers get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
So if the Tigers were to get down and even get a field goal, per se, they could get the ball to start the second half and go down and try to tie it then. So they got a chance to double up, essentially, here with the final possession of the first half and the first possession of the second half.
Absolutely, and you know the way the coach is showing, both coaches, they're going to make those adjustments at halftime. They're going to come out and put together the best they can do for a drive.
So 1st and 10 at the 20, 1:59, and one timeout to work with for Pryor. Ward will throw on 1st down. He'll fire over the middle. Got a man. It's the other Ward, Brock, who takes a shot but stayed on his feet across the 40. And so a rope of a throw by Braden Ward, pulled in by Brock Ward. And the Tigers get a big gain on 1st down.
That was a great pass. And you got to give Brock. Brock knew he was going to get hit. He's kind of coming out there and going to take a break there. But great catch, hold on to it, and even got about 3 yards when you know he's hurting.
Pryor using a lot of time here. Now they got 21 yards on 1st down, so you got a little more cushion than you would have before, but they've taken 20 seconds off here in between plays. Ward will drop back to throw here. He'll fire down the sideline. Oh, incomplete. Miscommunication there as Gavin Roberts was streaking down the sideline, but it looked like Braden Ward thought he was going to do something else. Just missed him.
That almost looked like last week's interception. I mean, that was really good. And I like what the defense is doing now. If you'll notice, they've gone to a cover 2 or kind of just, I would say, an ish cover 2. And that's helping them out a lot and closing up a lot of the field.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Interesting formation here again. We had a lot of that tonight. Ward will throw. He'll fire, looking for Brock, and he undershot him.
Pass is incomplete.
But again, kind of like we were saying earlier, and a late flag comes in. Kind of like we were saying earlier, a more on-target throw might have been bad for Pryor because Schumard was right there to make a play on it. And now you got 3rd and long here, but a penalty will determine that.
Well, and I want to give it to the defensive backs and the safeties. They're staying right on them. It looks like it is going to be against Pryor.
So we got two flags on the Tigers. An eligible man downfield decline, and then a personal foul on Pryor as well. So obviously you'll take that over the ineligible man downfield, and now you're going to be stuck way behind the chain. 2nd and a lot coming up now. Should be 25.
Yeah, you've lost 40 seconds and about 20 yards. So 15 yards at least.
So a big penalty there goes against the Tigers. And it's going to back them way up for this 2nd down play. They're back on the 26. They got to get to the plus 49. So that's 25, yeah. 2nd and 25. Four wide set for Ward, the running back Monk. Here on 2nd and long. Ward will throw some pressure coming. He'll drop it off to Monk. Little screen play up the sideline. Got blockers out in front of him. Making one guy miss. Rolling forward past the 45. Not a first down, but got a lot of that yardage out near the stick. And it's going to be 3rd down and short as we run under a minute to play until halftime.
Well, that's a great call by Coach Davis.
Yeah.
Get them all running back, get them way back out of the play, and then you had the 3 linemen right there blocking for him. So that's a good job.
We got a racer player down with a cramp here, it would appear. Can't quite see the number from here. With 51 seconds to go in the quarter. And they'll check on him. Can't quite see which number that is.
I couldn't either.
So they'll tend to the man down. We'll step aside too. 51 seconds to play until halftime. Pryor on the move trying to cut into this deficit on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back to Newcastle. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Trey Burchett was the man down, but trotted off the field under his own power. Good to see. So it's 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Clock is ticking here. They only have 1 timeout, so they need to hurry if they're going to make something happen. They're taking a lot of time here. 4 wide set for Ward. Monk will roll out. Ward will pump fake it now. He'll take off and run. A lot of room. Braden Ward down the 35, down the 30, and smartly gets out of bounds with 27 seconds to play until halftime. Big play there for the Tigers.
Huge play right there. I think that was great. You're covering the receivers. You're covering the running back who came out in motion. He just takes off, and I think it's very smart of him to hurry up and get out of bounds at about the 30.
Had maybe some more yardage down the middle of the field, but made the decision, let me get to the sideline, only with 1 timeout left. Probably the smarter move. And it's 1st and 10 there. Ward will fire, gets it to Brock Ward, and he's going to be tackled just past the 25. That's honestly okay for Newcastle because it's in the field. Clock will keep ticking, and Pryor will burn a timeout, their final timeout, with 19 seconds to play until halftime. So now we'll have to see how Pryor wants to play this, Billy, obviously, because you got 19 seconds, but with no timeouts, you know, you probably only got maybe 1 or 2 more plays max before you would have to try and kick it. or either throw to the end zone or whatever you're going to do.
Well, the way they're picking up yards tonight, I mean, there is nothing stopping them from going in for a score and leaving us a little bit of time. They're picking up yards in big bunches for the most part. So now's when you need the defense to really stay in there and stay with their guys. Another thing they're doing right now is they're doing a late play where they're waiting for the play to develop and then throwing it in short or taking off running. So you got a lot you got to cover if you're on the Newcastle defense.
Yeah, you've noticed as Newcastle, that pass rush create a lot of negative plays earlier. You've seen Pryor go to a lot more of the kind of the quick screen, little underneath pass game. And it's working pretty darn well as they've gotten the ball down here to the 24-yard line, but time of the essence with 19 seconds and now no timeouts to try and make something happen here before halftime. 4 wide set for the Tigers. Ward in the shotgun. He'll drop back to pass. Clean pocket. He'll fire to the sideline. It's caught. That's Gavin Roberts who got out of bounds at the 10. Absolutely perfect play for Pryor there. As only 5 seconds tick off, and they got out of bounds. Now you've got at least one, probably 2 shots at the end zone before you'd have to even think about kicking.
Oh, and they're just getting those yards. They're getting up there close, playing great ball.
Well, this would be an unbelievable 2-minute drill if Pryor can finish it for a touchdown. Big sequence here right at the end of the first half. Ward drops back. He's got Monk up the sideline. Oh, boy, that was dangerous. Rex Heskew read that all the way, but couldn't quite make a play on the football, but did get in the passing lane there. We'll go incomplete with 10 seconds now to play until halftime.
Well, and if nothing else, that gives Ward something to think about.
Yeah.
How close that was to an interception going back for a pick 6.
Boy, if Heskew could have made a play on that with the way he was in stride. Well, a lot of room over there. That could have been very interesting. But nevertheless, incomplete. 2nd and goal at the 10 with 10 seconds. They'll fake the handoff. Not going to run it here. Ward will bounce out. Got to throw it. He will fire it away. It'll land in the end zone with 3 seconds. Racer coaching staff wanting an intentional grounding call. It was close. I don't know if he got out of the pocket or not. It was definitely close.
Wow.
And now a decision here for Coach Daniels. With 3 seconds to play until halftime, looks like they're going to try and kick the field goal.
Well, and I'm surprised that wasn't called intentional grounding. There was really nobody even from the hash to the sideline, but I don't know if it's the same in high school that it is in college and pros.
So Coach Davis elects to go with the field goal here. They're going to have Kyson Spencer, who has not tried an extra point. Both their touchdowns, they went for 2. He has been doing the punting. But he'll try the field goal here. It's going to be about a 27-yarder from the left hash. Spot down from Ward. Kick is up. There's a flag down. I think it went through, but it's not going to matter. They're going to get it with a delay of game before the kick. Wow.
My goodness.
That's surprising because I wasn't watching the play clock there. They got the out pretty quick. I mean, there wasn't a lot of indecision, but obviously enough as the penalty is going to back him up. So that field goal went through, but now you're going to go 5 yards back and have to do it again.
Well, and if you watched it, it did not clear that crossbar by very much. Now you do it 15 feet backwards. It didn't clear it by 15 feet. I know that.
So make the 27-yarder now a 32-yarder for the junior kicker, Kyson Spencer, trying to make this a one-score game going into halftime. Ward with the spot down. Spencer's kick is up. It's got the distance.
Mm-hmm.
It's through.
You got it.
That's a big field goal for Pryor to get back within one score right at the halftime buzzer. Well, Billy, that was an incredibly entertaining first half.
Yes.
Lots of points, lots of big plays like you'd expect in a 5A quarterfinal game. Raced with a 1-touchdown lead, but Pryor gets the ball to start the second half, so I think both teams got to feel pretty good about where they're at.
They do. They have to feel real good. They both have made incredible adjustments. Then adjustments to those adjustments, both coaching staffs have done well.
Adjusting back and forth.
That's right. And that's what you have to do at this level. You got two really good teams, and I'd even go as far as to say they're mirroring each other for the most part. And so I think if you are Pryor, knowing you come out and get the ball, you're feeling pretty good about everything right now and hoping you can come out, get that series down, and score and get back in this game.
Absolutely anybody's ball game at this point as Newcastle leads it 24-17 at the break. All right, we'll step aside. Like we said, no band performance here in the playoffs, so the stream will stay up. We'll leave the clock up for you. That way you can see how much time you got. Bill and I will rejoin a few minutes before the start of the second half. We'll go through some of the scores around the playoffs tonight, including the 3 5A quarterfinal games, and then we'll get you all set and ready for the second half live here from Racer Stadium as Newcastle leads it over Pryor 24-17 after 2 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeboat. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, back in Newcastle, Josh Callaway, Billy Collier, about ready to start the second half here of this 5A quarterfinal. Newcastle and Pryor, very entertaining first 2 quarters. Blazers leading by a touchdown. Before we get back going in the second half, Billy, go through the other scores in the playoffs tonight, specifically the 5A quarterfinals. Some eyebrow raisers here in both good ways and bad ways. First off, the game that we'll see the winner of if the Racers can advance is Guthrie and Booker T. The Blue Jays leading the Yellow Jackets 15-14.
Wow.
So a barn burner in that one out in Tulsa. That's anybody's ball game, obviously, and if the Racers do win this game over Pryor, and there's a lot of work to be done, but that's who they would see the winner of in Guthrie and Booker T. On the other side of the bracket, both these games are on OSN. Carl Albert doing what they do, 28-7 on top of Claremore. Rare for them to even give up points. It was kind of noteworthy that Claremore is on the board in that game. The other game, what an eye-opener. Del City 42-0 on top of Bishop McGuinness. That's a stunning score. We talked about it a little bit in pregame. You would have thought, at least in my mind, that was maybe the best quarterfinal game on paper.
Right.
Not at all. Eagles molly-whopping the Fighting Irish right now in the other 5A quarterfinal. But there you have it. So our game right there, though, right this side of the bracket, got a couple of battles going right now.
That's right. And exciting. You talk about exciting games. That's what playoff is exciting football. I'm looking at 4A. Some that we saw early in the season, but also Tri-City area may be interested in. Tuttle is just clobbering Hilldale 35-0. And then Elgin is beating Salisaw, who beat Pryor 21-6. So I'm kind of surprised that Salisaw's keeping them that low in scoring at halftime. So other than that, Bethany is beating Ada 16-6. A little bit of a surprise, not huge. And then Wagner is shutting out Clinton 15-0.
That's what they do. All defense out there. Of course, defending 4A champs Blanchard eliminated last week in the first round. So 4A is going to have a new champ this year. Second half kickoff presented by First United Bank. Billy, thought from you on the second half as we get ready to get it going. What's the key for the Racers to continue this thing and try to bring this sucker home?
They have got to establish and keep that momentum. It just seems like about the time they get momentum, then they lose it, and then Pryor gets it for a while, then they lose it. Somebody's got to grab momentum and hang on.
Kick from Madrano is away. We fielded inside the 5 for the Tigers by Ward. He will bring it out, and he'll be tackled down short of the 20. Good job chasing him down.
That's Ben
Rogers, who is as much of an athlete as anyone. And he ran him down to make the tackle there, and Pryor was set up inside their own 20. Make sure we thank our third quarter sponsor, which is OEC, taking high-speed fiber service where no one else will. No contracts, no fees, just a good connection. Bringing you the power of high-speed fiber services to your door. Check them out at oecfiber.com, the Oklahoma Electric Cooperative. So here we go in the second half. Pryor will start on offense, down by a touchdown. Got the field goal right at the buzzer to end the first half. Ward will keep it on first down, and they'll run around the outside for a gain of a couple.
That's a good job bringing him back to the middle, keeping him down to about a 3-yard gain. Didn't let him get to that outside like we wanted.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Final half of football of the season here at Racer Stadium, but hopefully not the season for Newcastle in this 5A quarter, trying to move to the semis in 2 weeks' time on Friday, December the 6th. If they get there, we'll be there. It's going to be a big second half and a fun one. Second down. Ward will fake the handoff. He'll bounce out to the left. Got a penalty. This is probably going to be a hold as the pass goes high of the mark and out of bounds. Incomplete, but looks like this was going to back the Tigers up quite a bit here.
Way back.
Deeper into their own territory. And it is a hold on Pryor. You saw that one coming right away.
Yeah. If there was hand signals for mugging, it would have been that one. That was a big-time hold.
Yeah, obvious. So that hold will back the Tigers up to the 11-yard line, and they got to get to the 29. So call it a second down at about 18 or 17 or so, 17 and a half, 18. Not what you need for Pryor right out of the gates here in this second half. Trying to get a big score to tie this thing up.
I bet this changes a lot of your plans coming out of the locker room.
Yeah. Meanwhile, an opportunity now for the Racer defense to get a quick stop. Second and long, they'll go on the ground to Monk to the left side. He'll get a few, but Racers will take that as it sets up a third down and a country mile here for the Tigers.
Yeah, you're looking at 3rd and 15 now, but that's kind of what they do, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him. Looks like at least 4 receivers and include your running back.
So a third down and long for Pryor. They're on their own 14, got to get to the 29. Can they find a way to pick this up, keep the drive going? They're going to have to trust their defense to give them another shot to tie it up. 3rd and long. Ward will drop back to throw, looking toward the bottom. He'll fire a slant route to Roberts, caught at the 30. That's a first down across the 30-yard line to Gavin Roberts. Put it right on him. A great throw and a good catch.
That was on a string. I mean, that was just right there.
That's frustrating for Newcastle. 3rd and long, found a soft spot in the zone. Quickly back up to the line. Little bubble screen here. Breaking tackles and down the sideline. Across the 50, across the 45. And tripped up is Caden Rice. First time we said his name tonight. Took that little bubble screen, broke one tackle, and then he was off. And the Tigers are on the move.
Yeah, they caught Newcastle not ready in their set.
1st and 10 at the 44. Pryor knocking on the door. Pressure coming.
Ooh.
He'll get rid of it. Incomplete. And Ward got absolutely popped by Aiden Elcision. He got blasted into the turf after he released that football.
Yeah, that was just right on that borderline of roughing the passer.
He never saw it coming, yeah.
No, just popped his head back and
I'll
he
say
went
this,
down.
in the NFL, that probably was roughing the passer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how quickly they are on the trigger in that for late hits. Not that was egregiously late.
No.
But the ball was out of his hand before he got hit. But no call.
It wouldn't matter in NFL.
No. 2nd and 10 at the 44. Double fake on the handoff. Throw it out to Ward. He got blasted. A huge hit by
Ian
Barker for a loss of a yard. Brock Ward never saw it coming right in the gut as Barker laid the lumber.
Man, that was great. He hit him and just held him in the air for a little while and then dropped him down for a loss of a yard.
A great hit by Barker. And the Tigers lose a yard on 2nd down, setting up a 3rd and 11 with 9.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. First possession of the second half. You can feel the weight of this game.
Yes.
It's a tense crowd, this 5A quarterfinal. 3rd and long, Ward will throw for it. They picked up one earlier. Not this time. Tracked down from behind and brought to the turf. That's Aiden Elcision again putting together a monster night in this quarterfinal matchup.
And he just put him down and put him down hard. Made the mistake of moving up into the pocket rather than moving around to the left. They just got back there, and that's what they've needed to do. We talked about that pregame.
Aiden Elcision, another one of these seniors playing in their final home game, and he's played like it. He's been everywhere in this game, and the Tigers look like they're going to go for this. 4th down and 12 on the 46. This is a huge spot, and Coach, I agree. Coach Davis, Kenny Davis for the Tigers wants a timeout to talk about it. I don't blame him. You might want to rethink this decision. This seems like a big call.
The ref can see me, but I was calling timeout up here. I was thinking, oh, no.
With 8:32 to go. We'll stick here through the break because I want to ask you, Billy, are you going for this? If you're Pryor around me, I think I'd punt.
No, not when you're only 3.5 minutes into the second half.
No, now 1 touchdown.
No, you put them deep. You make them have to go the yards because their defense has only been a play or two from keeping Newcastle back and not letting them get down there to score. So, no, I would not go for it here. And I would assume they're going to bring their kicker out and not go for it now.
Boy, it is quite the decision if you do go because, like you said, if you don't get this, you're turning it over to the Racers. Only down a touchdown, but you're giving Newcastle a very short field. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
They are. There's Ward back there.
Newcastle faithfuls on their feet. Biggest moment of the night so far. as Braden Ward in the shotgun on 4th and 12. They're going to try and throw for it. Ward to pass. Going to fire deep down the sideline, looking for Roberts. He got it in stride. Touchdown, Pryor. What a throw by Ward.
That was a beautiful throw. I tell you what, these receivers for Pryor are doing an incredible job of just kind of slowing down and then speeding back up after the defender looks away. And there's really not a whole lot you can do right there, because if you keep running, then they're going to be open in front of you, which I guess would be better. But, wow, 4th down and 14. I guess it's time to stop listening to me.
What a gutsy decision by Coach Davis. They take a shot down the sideline, and Braden Ward, just a spectacular throw right on the money to Gavin Roberts. And now here they are going for 2 again to go for the lead. Ward, he'll roll out, fire the end zone, caught. Put it right on his man, Caden Rice. And with 8:24 to go in the third, the Pryor Tigers have got the lead on the road at Racer Stadium. Pryor 25, Newcastle 24. Stick with us. 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. What a pivotal and key moment in this one. On 4th and 12 on the 46-yard line, Pryor rolls the dice and goes for it, and it pays off. Braden Ward, 46-yard touchdown to Gavin Roberts. Now a surprise onside, and Pryor looks like they got it. If it went 10 yards, they definitely got it. That's going to be the question, because they recovered it, but did it go 10 yards?
Nope.
I don't think he did.
He dropped it on the 49 of them.
I'm waiting for a signal. Yeah, they're going to say Racer football.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Kyson Spencer and the Tigers go for the surprise onside kick, and it worked.
Man.
But it didn't, because it didn't quite go 10 yards. He recovered it about 9 7/8, and Newcastle gets the ball at the 49. Wow, that is stunning.
Well,
what a huge break that is for Newcastle, because if that goes another third of a yard, oh, man.
It's theirs. Well, and you got to give it to their kicker. He even tried to run past the 50 and reach back and grab it.
Wow, so a huge spot there, and that was almost, another gutsy call by Coach Davis. Put it all out on the line tonight, but it doesn't quite work, and the Racers take over at midfield down by just 1. Shaniel will throw for it. He's going to take a shot. Wide open, it's Heskew inside the 30 and pushed out of bounds to the 28. And just like that, here come Newcastle, but there's a flag down back behind the play.
Oh, that's just a killer.
And it's again ineligible man downfield. We've seen that, I think, 3 different times tonight.
Yes, twice on us and once on them.
Wow, wipes out a 22-yard gain on first down. That's a huge call. Those are always so tough in high school football, too, because, they don't announce numbers or anything like that. So we don't have the benefit of knowing who or what. We just have to kind of, take it, and we don't get to look at it. You know what I mean? And
yes. Well, and at this level, they're counting in their heads, and if it doesn't come out like that, they start moving.
1st and 15 now after the 5-yard penalty. Shaniel fake the handoff, fire in the flat. Longman's got a lot of room on the right side. He'll get up across the line of scrimmage. Spin move down near the 42-yard line or so. Sets up a 2nd and short. Boy, Caden Longman electrifying with the football in his hands. Made something happen there.
Yeah, great job. Oh, he's still down, though.
Yeah, slow to get up is Longman as he took a pop at the end of that play. And they're going to check on him on that far sideline with 7:56 to play in the third quarter. We'll step aside as well as they attend to Longman. Newcastle down by 1, but on the move here in the 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Back to Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. You can see Lawman there coming off the field under his own power, albeit with a bit of a hitch in the giddy-up. Hopefully nothing major there. Obviously Lawman a huge part of this team, both offensively and defensively. So they'll attend to him on the sideline. Meanwhile, it'll be 2nd down and 2 for Newcastle at the 42-yard line. Trailing Pryor by a point, 25-24. 2nd and 2. Shanuel, fake the handoff. He'll fire on the slant route. That's Cragg inside the 30, stiff arming his way down to the 25. We talked about it. Zach Cragg has kind of come along the last few weeks.
He's brought down number 23, Gates LaFleur.
He comes through there.
He's got some solid hands. Yeah, I mean, it stops spinning as soon as it hits his hands. So he's got that height, so he's a good height for a receiver.
Cragg, another one of these seniors playing his final home game. Fake the handoff, back to him again. Inside the 15, inside the 10. Zach Cragg carrying defenders. 1st and goal, Newcastle.
Wow, just 2 right there.
Where were you and Zach Cragg?
That's right.
Carry Newcastle down the field in the playoffs as back-to-back big pass plays from Shanuel to Cragg has got Newcastle knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Shanuel, give to Bradford. Nothing there. Pryor bottles him up, which, like we said, kind of in that second quarter, they've done a better job defending the run between the tackles in particular. Those big nose tackles have done a good job. Defensive tackles for Pryor clogging up those lanes for Bradford.
Yes, they get in there and clogged it up real well. Of course, that's where the video is. I guarantee you they didn't watch any video of Cragg.
2nd and goal. 3 receiver set, all at the bottom of your screen to the left of Shanuel. Almost got a couple of Pryor guys to jump. They did move, but no neutral zone infraction charged. 2nd and goal. Fake the handoff. Shanuel will keep it past the outside. He'll come back again, and he's in! The patience from QB1. Touchdown, Shanuel. Racers back in the lead.
And that's one of the smart runs that I've seen him do. Usually he just runs full force, and he'll just knock over whoever's in his way. That time you saw him shift outside, then shift back inside, outside, inside, and then got through the gap fast. I wonder if they're going to go for 2.
I wonder the same.
I don't see Medrano out there.
Now a 5-point lead. It looks like they will go for 2 to try and push this back to 7. Shanuel's 2nd touchdown run of the night. Had one of 9 yards earlier, that one of 4. And Newcastle's back ahead by 5, and they'll go for 2 here to try and make it 7.
No receivers. Out.
Everyone's bunched up. It's like they go direct snap to Bradford. He'll give it the pitch to Lawman. He's throwing to Shanuel.
Oh, wow.
Jeff Brickman said, I can pull out the tricks too. The 2-point conversion works. Lawman comes limping off. But a spectacularly executed play as Bradford throws it to Shanuel. And Newcastle's back in the lead by 7.
Man, that was just a great call. That was right out of Pryor's book.
Yeah,
that's what that looked like.
This game has had a little everything. 6:39 to go in the third. Newcastle back ahead by 7 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Back at Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Offensive palooza here in the 5A quarterfinal as both teams just piling up the yardage, piling up the points. The latest, a touchdown run by Jackson Shanuel. Racers then went for 2 and got it. And they lead Pryor by 7, 32-25. Still the long way to go, 6:39 to play in the third quarter. Brian Madrano boots it away for the Racers. And Ward will let it go into the end zone, and Pryor will bring it out to the 20. Right now, Billy, it's all offense right now, so it's kind of which defense is going to step up and make either a big play, whether that be a turnover, or just find a way to buckle down and get some stops.
Well, I think it's too early to say this is a have to, but there's got to come that time when one of the defenses, I'll say this, Newcastle defense buckles down, makes them have to punt again. That's what we're needing for them to stop them here, to cut this series short, because they haven't been able to stop us on offense all night.
So 1st and 10 at the 20. Here comes Pryor again, down by 7. Ward will he'll play action. Now he's going to fire deep looking for Roberts, and he overshot him there, but they're going to get a flag thrown way out in the middle of the field. The flag's not really anywhere near where the throw was, but the timing of it would suggest pass interference.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
And hard to blame the Racers if that's the way it goes. The way Roberts has gotten loose down the sideline a couple times.
Pass interference on the Racers.
And so it is a pass interference on Newcastle. Roberts getting down that sideline. Didn't want to have him get loose for another long one.
Right.
And
I think
so
that
it's a 15-yard penalty.
That would be one of those good fouls.
Yeah, I mean,
right
if he's
there.
got a step on you, go ahead and grab him. So it's a first down out to the 35. Hand off to Monk up the middle. Nothing there. Racers do a good job to bottle him up. No gain on first down. Sets up 2nd and 10.
Number 9, Brendan Monk.
That was a good job he's getting. You saw Scagnetti and Shanuel in there stopping the momentum, and then you saw Ian Barker come in there and slow him down as well.
So make it 2nd down and 10 as we near the midway point of this third quarter. This game has lived up to the billing so far. Just fireworks everywhere, and we still got plenty of time for more twists and turns. 2nd and 10. Fake the handoff. Ward will fire pass high for Brock Ward. Well, he got a hand on it. The ball was kind of just sitting there. And thankfully for Pryor, it found its way to the turf for an incomplete pass and sets up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, there's a couple of good things right there. The ball fell to the turf, and Ward got off the turf.
Yeah, he took a bit of a shot there. This has been a physical game.
Yes.
Some big shots in this one from both sides. As the Racer faithful get in line again. Here's another one of those opportunities. Pryor's been really good on 3rd and long tonight. And here's another opportunity. Ward will take the shotgun snap. Checking his right, now he looks to his left, fires for Roberts. Caught it right at the stick. That's a first down on a laser beam throw by Braden Ward.
Oh, it just breaks you. I mean, They had him good. They had him good and covered. He even watched the receiver. He had him eyeballed the whole time, and just the perfect spot where no one else could get it but his receiver right there on the corner.
And you're seeing the product of those deep shots down the field paying off because you're worried about getting beat over the top, that those little underneath routes, they burn you. 1st and 10. Ward will throw a little screen pass to Monk, who's got some blockers. There's a flag down way down away from the play near the Newcastle sideline. Meanwhile, the play for Monk gets for about 7 or so, but might be coming back.
Yeah, maybe a hold up there. I had a prior guy holding Aiden Elcision, I think, right there at about the 41.
Illegal man downfield.
All right, it's been the theme of the night.
That is.
An illegal man downfield. That's been the that's been the X factor penalty of this game. Both teams have gotten hit with a handful of them, and that one wipes out a good gain on first down for Pryor. And they're going to be set up in a 2nd and long now.
Well, it's always been those short passes like that. You know, got called on Newcastle several weeks ago. I don't want to call it a borderline penalty, but that was definitely a borderline penalty. I don't think the Pryor coaches are fond of the call.
Yeah, I think they need to adjust the spot here They should be at about the 46. Yeah, okay, that's where they fixed it. They had it. It's a 5-yard penalty. It was more. They had it marked more for about a 1st and 17, which Newcastle would have been okay with, and they officials noticed it and fixed it. So 1st and 15 at the 41. Got to get to the Newcastle 44. First down at 15.
Got to stay on them. Stay on them.
Braden Ward checking with the Pryor sideline. Now he'll send his running back in motion. He'll pump fake it to him and take it himself up the middle. Does a good job to keep the legs moving out near the original line of scrimmage for a gain of about 6 on first down.
And he did a really smart thing is he got up to all the defenders. He turned around and covered the ball going backwards so nobody could hit the ball out of his hands.
You got to figure, too, a cold night like this, hands get a little smoother. It's got to be hard to hang on to the football when you're taking shots like these guys have been tonight.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 9. Brock Ward will go in motion. Braden Ward will spin around and drop it off to Parks, who gets some blockers and gets out near the 45-yard line. He may have a first down. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like it's going to be just short by about a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 1.
And you're seeing what we were talking about Newcastle needed to do. They are watching Newcastle over pursue and then catching them in that weak spot. So just need to slow down, stay in position, trust your guys.
So it's 3rd down and 1 after the throw to Parks. Picked up 8. Figure they'll probably go for a 4th down here if they don't get it. So 2 shots at this. They're going to run it with Ward, QB design run. He's going to get it and then some out near the 40. So Pryor overcomes the penalty, and they've got it 1st and 10 down inside the 40-yard line. Back on the move again. These offenses are just clicking.
Yes.
Brings up 1st and 10 for Tigers.
Looks like they gave him the 39 on that. 1st and 10 there, so run under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Ward will throw. Pressure off the edge, going to fire deep. Got a man down there, and he just overshoots his man Roberts. Well defended by Schumard there.
And they're going fast.
Yeah, they have been. It's been a theme tonight. They've quickly got guys to the line.
In high school, do they have to let the other side exchange?
They do, and they very slickly subbed out Roberts, who's way down the field. Throw out in the flat here to Brock Ward, a little bubble screen. He'll get forward for about 4 or 5. That was a very slick sub. They slipped someone out to replace Roberts, who went for that deep pass. He just stepped right out. That was smart. Coach Kenny Davis he's been cooking up stuff all game. He's had this team well prepared. 3rd down, they go quick. Ward with all kinds of time, going to fire deep. Got a man down there. It's caught. Touchdown! Another bomb down the field by Braden Ward, who just continues to pile up the yardage. And the Tigers are an extra point away from tying this thing up again.
Wow.
As the long touchdown pass, first time tonight we're saying the name Gage LaFrere. I think he returned the opening kick. Since then we haven't said it. Just a freshman, but he got loose down the sideline, and once again, Braden Ward put it right on him.
Man.
Unbelievable.
Great pass and great concentration. I mean, you couldn't defend it any better than it was being defended and somehow got through. So, wow. Just back and forth. In some ways, I feel like I'm watching tennis, not football.
The long touchdown pass to LaFrere. There's an injured racer being attended to down in the end zone. You assume Pryor will go for 2 again. That's what they've done all night. They haven't kicked 1 extra point, so we'll see if they can retake the lead. Boy, this passing game with Braden Ward, the lefty for Pryor, he's just been throwing it all over the place. They've clearly shown a willingness to take shots down the field. They've done it all night. And you see why when he's got such a good and accurate arm, and these receivers are getting loose down the field. They're beating their man one-on-one, and they connect again there.
And they look like they've played together for several years. Let me see. Obviously, you know that number 2 is a junior. Gavin Roberts, a junior. Let me look at LaFrere.
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman, yeah. So, but, you know, a lot of these juniors, and they don't have too many seniors on this team. In fact, I'm not seeing hardly any. But they've been playing together for a long time, and you can just kind of tell that.
Yep. So extra point. It looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Boy, I write down all the scoring plays at the bottom of my sheet, and I'm running out of room with a quickness here as we are just in a full-blown shootout right now between Pryor and Newcastle. And they are going to go for 2 and try and retake the lead again.
No craziness this time.
Ward will roll out to his left. Pressure coming. He's going to just throw it up.
No
incomplete.
Good.
Roberts tried to make a one-hand catch but couldn't quite pull it down. So this time the Racers get the stop on the 2-point, and they hold on to the lead. But it's back down to just one with 3:34 to go in the third. Newcastle 32, Pryor 31. 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Left in the third quarter.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back to Racer Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier in the midst of what feels like a classic ball game right now between Newcastle and Pryor. The kickoff here from the Tigers, no funny business this time. They kick it off, and Ben Rogers fields it and brings it out near the 30. So a 39-yard touchdown from Braden Ward to Gage LaFrere. That was, I believe, trying to do some backtracking here, the third touchdown pass of the night for Ward. He also had a touchdown run earlier in this game. It's been an offensive clinic by both teams. It's been just up and down the field. And now it's Newcastle's turn to try and return serve and go down and get some more points.
And I'll say it like I did last time. I'd love for us to just take our time. Just get down there. I know you can't do 15 and a half minutes, but
I have to find a way to get some stops at some point, or maybe not. Maybe you could just keep scoring and win that way, but it's going to be interesting. 3:26 to go in the third. Racers take back over on their own 30, up by 1. Shanuel will fake the handoff and fire underneath. This is Heskew at the 36. Gets a block. There's a flag down as Heskew spins his way down to the 43. It's going to be a first down, but we'll have to see what the penalty is.
Wonder if it's a legal receiver downfield.
And
How?
It is. I don't understand.
I don't either.
I'm baffled by the call because, as I kind of said a couple times, it was an immediate throw. Less than a second after the snap. I don't know how we even have time to get a lineman down the field. And it's happened on both teams. I mean, it's not like it's some kind of weird thing that Newcastle's doing. It's clearly this crew has got to, they're on that call as both teams have gotten hit with it a bunch tonight. Yeah, and it happens again.
Brigman's still talking to him about it.
There has to be more to that call tonight than the rest of the season combined. I mean, it's been constant tonight. So 1st and 15 now. Fake the handoff. Shanuel fired. This is going to be caught. It's Cragg again across the 40. Tuck that ball in, buddy. As it's going to be a first down. We had the same thought at the same moment. But Zach Cragg, a big catch and run. Boy, those slant routes for Cragg have been very effective in this second half, and there's a big one there for a first down.
Well, and they're having to pick their poison. You got Rex Heskew down at the bottom. You got Cragg up at the top. Now they switch it around. You got Cragg down at the bottom. You got Heskew at the top. You got to kind of pick your poison.
And also continue to say Jackson Shanuel has just been so sharp tonight, throwing the football. Really good night for him. And now another penalty, though, as a false start is going to back him up once more.
Yeah, if we come out of this game, there's going to be a lot of cleanup on some of these just little technical things that they're going to have to do.
Yeah, the penalty bug has been an issue tonight, to say the least. And the offense has been so good, you've been able to overcome it, frankly, but not always going to get away with that. Been a lot of penalties tonight. So 1st and 15 now after the false start. Shanuel will fake the handoff to Bradford. He'll fire underneath. This is Heskew again, all reliable. He'll get up to the 47. Rex Heskew, that guy can beat a defender because it just amazes me how often he's wide open. And it's not by coincidence. It's because he knows what he's doing out there. And a good gain there to get some of that yardage back and then some and set up a second down and manageable.
Very intelligent player.
Yeah. They're going quick now. Handoff to Bradford. Breaks a couple tackles across midfield to the 49 of Pryor. Sets up a third down and call it 3.
TJ Bradford on the run.
That was a good run. Keep them honest. You got to do those runs just to kind of keep them wondering if you're going to come out with them.
So 3rd down and 3 at the 49. Interesting spot here in terms of you've been throwing the ball so well tonight. Do you try and throw your way to this, or do you run it with T.J. Bradford, your star running back, or keep it with Shanuel? Interesting little spot here.
This is usually where Shanuel will keep it.
Final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter, and Coach Brickman sensing that it's a big moment, and he's going to take Newcastle's first timeout of the night. 1:50 to go in the 3rd. We'll take the timeout with him. Newcastle leads Pryor by 1. 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back to Racer Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. 3rd down and 3 for Newcastle on the Pryor 49-yard line. Big spot here.
Caden Longman back in there.
Good to see. Shanuel will give it to Bradford. Left side. He's tackled down. It's going to depend on the spot. Oh, boy, is that close. Tackled right at the marker. This is a classic left foot or right foot situation. He's right at it. I think he's got it. The nose of the football is on the 46. They've given it to him. First down. It was not by much.
No.
You're talking inches. That's all you need to get it by.
That white stripe at the front of the ball is all he got it by.
So a first down by Bradford on the ground. And it's 1st and 10 at the 46. As Newcastle trying to get another score to push this lead out a little bit. Leading right now just by 1. Shanuel pump fake once, going to fire deep looking for Heskew. And he overshot him. Shanuel was a bit rushed there, had to get rid of that. As Pryor brought some serious pressure there as coming in for the hit. Justin Pryor, good last name for the hometown, came in and laid the hit.
Wonder if he's related.
Yeah, is he the namesake, his family?
That's right.
It might be, who knows?
Yeah.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line with 1:14 to go in the 3rd. Appreciate everyone being with us. Really fun ball game, 5A quarterfinals on OSN. 2nd and 10, Shanuel will roll out to his right. He'll fire far side passes, caught by Heskew. He had to come back to the ball a little bit. Does still get about 4 or so on that.
Yeah, looks like you're getting 3.
3 looks like, so 3rd down and about 7. You figure almost certainly 4-down territory this area of the field.
Yeah.
But a bit of an opening here for Pryor defensively to, they're thinking maybe this is our opening, try and get a stop here. 3rd and 7 at the 43. Got to get to the 36. 3 wide set. Bradford, the running back, next to Shanuel. He'll throw for it. He'll roll out to his left now. Bradford in the flat. He's going to pump fake. Shanuel got nowhere to go. Have to just get rid of it.
Oh.
Had nowhere to go. Smartly just got rid of the football as Noah Curtis, who's a name we said a few times tonight, was barreling down on him. And now you got 4th and 7. What do you do, Billy, if you're Newcastle? Looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, I think you got to send them deep. Now, it makes me nervous because they haven't stopped them. I don't know. It's been 2 drives that they've stopped them. So we're going to have to see what happens here. But
Madrano came back off. He ran out there, and then he came back off. It's an interesting group out there, though. This doesn't look like – I don't see Shanuel.
I don't see Shanuel, Kate.
They are going to punt, but it's not going to be with Madrano. I didn't quite catch that number. So they're punting. Pryor's got nobody back. Now they're going to race up and at least fake it. They snapped it to Longman, but there was a man in motion. Oh, boy, that was something, Billy. I think that might have been a good penalty because Caden Longman was not ready for that snap. He caught it, but there was nowhere to go. That might have been a fortunate penalty for Newcastle.
I think so, and I think pin him back there deep.
Now you got to punt, obviously, as Madrano will come out there. So they had Longman was the man back. He came up, and then they snapped it to him, but he was moving, and a couple other guys were moving. That was all kind of funky.
Number 3, Gavin Roberts.
But Pryor gets a stop, and the snap goes over Madrano's head. Disaster. Madrano will get on it. He's tackled down at the 20. Nightmare for Newcastle, and Pryor set up in the red zone. Wow.
Snap goes over Madrano's head.
Gone.
Just a horrific sequence the last 2 plays for the Racers as the 3rd down gets blown up, the 4th down punt miscue with the penalty, and now the snap goes over Madrano. He had no play. He went back and got the football, but then he was tackled down, and now Pryor's got it on the 23-yard line, down by just a point with under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Wow. You wondered which team was going to blink and make the mistake. It's a long way to go, but that's a big one there. Pryor takes over, delayed handoff to Monk. He gets blasted in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple here as the Racers were all over that one.
Yeah, that was real good. The linebacker stayed put. You saw that hole up in the middle, and they just closed it up and dropped him for a -2.
2nd down and 12 after the run by Monk didn't go anywhere. They do have to snap it one more time here before the end of the 3rd. Boy, what a oh, man. As Pryor taking over, and they smell blood. But the Racers' defense has got to find a way to buckle down here and force them to at least try a kick. Ward will throw on 2nd and 12. Got some time. He'll have to get rid of it. It'll throw it away. So the Racer defense, so far, so good. Buckling down after the big quick change. The incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 12 with 11 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Man,
if you can get a stop here, this is a very long field goal. Remember, the other field goal they made earlier was much shorter than this. So far from a guarantee, you could potentially wiggle out of this through with the lead, but you got to find a way to get a stop here.
Right. Well, and they're a 4th down team. Look
That's
what
also
done
true.
On 4th down.
Yes, they went for 4th and 12 earlier in this quarter. 3rd down and 12. Another big spot here. Full layout for the touchdown.
That should be on video later tonight. That was the best catch I've seen all year, and he earned that one, buddy.
Boy, out of the hand, I thought he led him too far. I thought he was going to miss his man, and Newcastle was going to dodge a bullet. But Foster, full layout in the end zone, dives and catches it. And the Tigers are back in the lead by 5. And now comes a very big 2-point conversion to try and push it up to 7. 3 men go in motion. Ward will roll out to the left. He's got some room. Looks like he's going to get there. Maybe not. And he's denied at the goal line. Looked like he was going to just walk in, but several black jerseys, including Caden Allman, Trey Burchett, among others, came in and laid the boom and kept him out of the end zone. That's a big stop to hold it at 5 with 5 seconds to go in the quarter.
Huge stop. They showed their speed right there because it looked like he had that end where he was just going to circle it and go in. I think he thought he had it too, and then everybody just trapped it right there and drove him backwards.
So 5 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll stick here, Billy, as we get ready to get this kickoff and then the end of the quarter. This game has been something, hasn't it? I mean, you talked about in pregame, you felt like we were on track for a game more like the Bishop McGinnis game and Law McCarthy game. It's certainly been like that, a circus of a matchup, and we're set up for what should be a dynamite 4th quarter. But
do not go anywhere.
No.
This, I think, has become the game of the night.
So Pryor will kick it away as they lead Newcastle by 5. But another stop on the 2-point conversion. Newcastle stopped a couple of them, and that could be a major factor down the stretch of this thing. As Spencer will kick it away for the Tigers. Coming up and fielding at the 20 is Caden Longman.
Go.
He cuts back at the 35, and he'll be tackled down at about the 36. That's where Newcastle will set up shop when we start the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. 12 more minutes. Pryor leads Newcastle 37-32. 5A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network. right, back to Newcastle, the fourth quarter. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade, Uriah Martinez. As we start the fourth, 1st and 10 for Newcastle. Jackson Shaniel, QB keeper, doesn't go for much. As we start the fourth of this quarterfinal game, Pryor leads Newcastle 37-32. If you're just tuning in, where you been, first off? This game's been unbelievable, but you're better late than ever as you're set up for what should be a spectacular fourth quarter as the momentum swings. Both teams with huge plays in this game. Who's going to be the one to make the big play when it has to have it down the stretch? Second down, handoff to T.J. Bradford for the Racers. Not much there. He'll run forward for another couple, but it sets up a 3rd and long.
I'll tell you what, they're really keying off on Shaniel and Bradford. I don't know if they need to bring back a second running back, get somebody else that they got to focus on, but they're really just focused on those two. They're not going to let them do much.
This is definitely what Pryor has done tonight, the best we've seen a team defend the Newcastle run game all season when Bradford has been healthy. Since T.J. Bradford came back from that early season injury, they've just been running it at will all season. Tigers did a pretty good job, but the pass game for Newcastle has been great, which is why they put so many points on the board. They're going to need that down the stretch. 3rd and 6. Shaniel, fake the handoff. He'll throw here. Boy, he's got a great, clean pocket. Nobody open down the field, though. Now he'll step up. Got to find someone trying to take off, and he's hit and tackle from behind. Shaniel not going to force it. No one he could find down the field. And now you got 4th down, and the Racers are going to look like probably punt this thing again and trust their defense to find a way to get a stop with 10.5 to go.
That was not the series we need to come back with and start the quarter.
No.
Their defense did real good. They only rushed 3 people, which left 8 back in. And you would think Shaniel could get around 3 people.
We talked about it. Which defense was going to find a way to step up and get some stops? So far, that's been Pryor the last couple of possessions. This snap to Medrano much cleaner. He gets a good punt off. It'll bounce down at the 30 and roll, take a racer hop inside the 20 and be down right there at the 20. So good job by Medrano to flip the field with 9:56 to go. Before we forget, want to make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsor, which is Focus Federal Credit Union. Drive your dreams with their competitive rates and flexible terms for more than 69 years. Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our membership about all things financial by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. See them at their Tri-City branch, 1097 32nd Street, Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member FDIC.
For their own 20-yard line.
So 9:56 to go. Goes that saying here, Billy, got to have a stop.
Got to. Or a turnover.
First down, Ward will fake the handoff. He's going to look deep for his guy. This is going to be Roberts. He's hit him a few times. Oh, boy. Off the hands. That was another really good throw by Braden Ward. Boy, I don't know if I've ever seen a high school offense as aggressive with their downfield passing as this Pryor team. I mean, they are just bombing it.
Well, it almost seems like maybe, I don't know, trying to figure it out, because you're right, at this level, this is just unheard of. But it's almost like the receivers just have that speed and the ability to get under it.
So incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. Also stops the clock. Time a little bit of a factor. Monk on the ground here. Good run on 2nd down to get out near the sticks.
Number 9,
Gets about 8 yards there and sets up a 3rd and short.
Wow, he got right through that line fast, too.
Can the Racers buckle down and get a stop here? Get their offense back on the field, still down by just 5. Ward will check with his sideline.
Watch the running back. He's way back deep, looking like a run.
Ward has it. He'll fake the handoff and fire the slant route to Roberts. He's got it at the 40. Tackled by Bradford, but he hits Roberts, who's had a huge game for a first down to the 40-yard line. That was well-timed. And in the key moments, Braden Ward has been looking for Gavin Roberts, and he did again right there. First down for Pryor.
You got T.J. Bradford out there playing defensive back.
It's a good tackle to save a bigger play, but not before he got the first down to the 40. Under 9 minutes to go here at Gene Reed Field. Can the Racer defense find a way to buckle down and get the big stop that they need to give Jackson Shaniel in this offense another shot at it? Fake the handoff. Ward will keep it. Scagnetti comes in and wraps him up. Got a yard, maybe 2. Looks like they're only going to give him 1. Good play on first down for the Racer defense.
Yeah, that's real good. Scagnetti just has that nose for the ball. Worked his way down the line and stopped him.
as we run under 8.5 to go. Every second ticking away. Painful a little bit right now for Newcastle because you're on the wrong end of it. And with Pryor, you're saying, go clock, go. Get us to that finish line. Second down and 9 with 8:08 and counting to go. Play clock at 5. Pryor's going to have to hurry up here. And they just do get it off. Hand off to Monk, and he's bottled up. Nowhere to go. As laying the boom there, I think that was Nick, 71, on the tackle.
Yeah, Cody made a statement right there, and it looked like he said, nice try, sir.
So that run goes for no yardage, and it's going to be 3rd and 9, and it feels like, here you go. Racers with an opportunity to get off the field. Pryor's been so good in these 3rd and long situations this season, or I shouldn't say this season, tonight. This season too, I'm sure, but tonight in particular, they've been fantastic.
Now watch Roberts down here on the bottom.
He's got one-on-one with T.J. Bradford. That's going to be a penalty on Pryor. That's big. Whew. False start on the Tigers. It's going to turn this from a 3rd and 8 to a 3rd and 13. That's a big, big penalty on Pryor in a big spot with 7:22 to go.
Well, it's just a game of inches right now. Just got to get that stop.
Now it feels like you got to get the stop if you're Newcastle. 3rd down and 13. You've got to find a way to buckle down and get this stop right here. 4 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom, one-on-one with T.J. Bradford. 10 seconds on the play clock. Ward checking with his sideline again, and now Pryor's going to take a timeout. It looked like the sideline was not happy with something. Had a problem communicating something with their wide receivers on that far side by the Pryor sideline. They had to burn their second timeout. That could be key down the stretch here.
Huge. They've got to stop him right here. I mean, that clock is just seems like it's going faster now than it did earlier.
It's melting away with 7:05 left. So a massive spot here. Potentially the season right on the line here on 3rd and 13. Newcastle simply has to find a way to get off the field on this 3rd and long and get their offense back out there with still plenty of time to go down and get yourself back in the lead. That's why we do it. Games like this. What a moment.
Every muscle in my body is clenched right now.
This is, Coach Brickman and this staff building this program to have games like this in your building. And it's coming down to the wire. Winner on to the semifinals in 2 weeks on Friday, December 6th. Loser season will end at 8-4. And as one of the final 8 teams in 5A. Both teams want to keep moving on, though. 3rd and long. Ward will try and throw for it. Some pressure coming from behind. He'll fire in your side. Roberts toe tap. This is going to be close on both counts. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. It's ruled incomplete. They say Roberts did not get his foot in. That is a gigantic call. I'd love to tell you I could tell for sure. I couldn't. I mean, it happened real fast on that sideline. But the official was right there. He said it was out of bounds, and the Racers get the stop.
And in case he didn't see it, you had the coaches and players for Newcastle helping him out.
Yeah.
So they were letting him know.
Now, I was going to say it was going to be close on 2 counts. I think he was going to be short, but not by much. A yard at most. So it would have been a decision for Pryor, but one that they don't have to make as he's ruled incomplete, and the Tigers will punt it back to Jackson Shaniel in this Racer offense. Punt is away. Heskew back on the 30. He'll fair catch it there. And that's where Newcastle will set up. 6:55 to go. So there you go, Billy. Their defense has not had a good night, but they stepped up right there and got a massive stop that they had to have. And now can the offense come through back going the other way?
And they're going to have to make some adjustments. I think they can, but they're going to have to make some adjustments. They're going to have to get outside the middle 6. That middle 4 and 5 group of the defense are not letting anything through. You've had 3.5 quarters to try and get something through the middle, and it has not worked. They're going to have to get it outside of them, pitches, short passes. Put Greg back in there for a little while. Something like that's going to have to get them down the field.
70 yards, what the Racers need. It feels like this is the game in a lot of ways for the Racers offense. Here we go. First down, run to Bradford, nothing. And Pryor has just been so good, again, defending the run in between the tackles. The first quarter, the Racers had some early success. T.J. Bradford ripped off a 59-yarder right up the gut
Right.
But really, since then, Pryor has done such a good job bottling him up and clogging up those lanes. That one went nowhere. 2nd and 10 now. Shanuel will fake the handoff. He'll throw this time. He's going to let it fly. Kane Longman's all alone behind the defense. He caught it. Breaks the tackle. Caden Longman, 70 yards for the lead.
Wow, that was incredible.
You saw it right away, Billy. How did he get so open?
I think they expected the run. They did a fake handoff. He came in. That was on 2nd down. And they haven't passed too much on 2nd down as much as they have on 3rd. And so just caught him off guard for that one time. I think it even surprised Shanuel so much he didn't lead him too much.
A 70-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Shanuel to Caden Longman to put Newcastle back ahead by 1. You're obviously going to go for 2 here to try and make it a 3-point lead. Unbelievable. I'm a little shell-shocked about what we just witnessed.
Well, they just scored in 8 minutes, or 8 seconds.
So a huge 2-point conversion now. 4 wide. Shanuel's the only one in the backfield. He's going to fake the run and throw over the middle. Pass deflected. Diving effort by Bradford. He couldn't quite catch it on the deflection. He almost caught the tip. And now Pryor gets a stop on the 2-point. And so the lead will have to settle at 1 with 6:14 to go. Catch your breath. Racers lead it by 1, 38-37 in the 5A quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back in Newcastle, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. What a game. Game of the year for us. I think even more than the 2 great regular season games. The momentum swings back and forth, and we still got 6:14 to go as a 70, not 7, not 17, 70-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Shanuel to Caden Longman to put Newcastle back ahead by 1 with 6:14 to go. Plenty of time, though, for Breeden Ward and this Pryor offense to try and go get the lead back. Madrano will boot it away. It'll be fielded inside the 5 by Brock Ward. He will return it for Pryor.
Ooh.
Here comes Brock Ward on the left side, and Longman, who got the touchdown, will be the one to wrap him up at the 25. Trying to do some quick math here.
Number 2, Brock Ward on the return.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's the 7th lead change of the night. I think that's me doing real quick math. As Ben Rodgers is down behind the play for Newcastle with 6:11 to go.
Yeah, that was kind of rough for Ben Rodgers. He kind of got that side block and shoved him into another racer running right towards him. He got the bad end of the collision.
So they're attending to Rodgers here just by the 20-yard line. We'll go and step aside while they do. 6:11 to go. Pryor offense coming back out, down by 1 after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, Rodgers came off the field under his own power. Good to see. Pryor offense takes over on their own 26. Ward will fire underneath to Brock Ward, and he just battling his way through defenders out near the first down marker. Going to be close to it. Right at the 36, and they're going to give him a first down. But that play didn't look like he was going to get more than just a few, but he just kind of kept finding a way through the little crevices, and sure enough, gets a first down out of it.
It almost looked like a tush push with all the blockers going and joining him.
Past the midway point of this fourth quarter, I mentioned it, 7 lead changes tonight. That's a basketball number in a high school football game. It's been unbelievable. And Pryor trying to make sure there's an 8th right now, down by 1. Ward will do a QB keeper here, breaks a couple of tackles, but then bottled up as Jackson Shanuel in there to drive him to the ground. But Ward picks up about 4 downs on 1st and 10 to make it 2nd and 6.
Well, they're not getting many negative plays on him. They're going to have to get a few of them right here.
Now, obviously, it goes without saying, obvious statement is obvious, but 4-down territory for Pryor on this drive. You have to score, so you got to find a way for Newcastle to get them off the field on a 4th down potentially as well. Got to keep that in mind. 2nd and 6. Fake the handoff. Ward will throw. He'll step up in the pocket and tackle from behind. Right as he was starting to get going. Looked like he had some room, but a great job. I think that was 41 Fletcher who came in and wrapped up his legs.
Yeah, great.
And there's an injured offensive lineman down for Pryor.
Yeah, he was out in front of the play, and the play kind of ran into him.
And this is a serious injury. So we're going to step aside here with 4:51 to go, and while they attend to the injured player for Pryor. 4:51 to play here in the 5A quarterfinals.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
All right, back to Racer Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Cohen, the Oklahoma Sports Network. Injured player for Pryor, Nathan Hansbrough, junior offensive lineman. Wish him all the best. Obviously, you're not going to speculate on injury, but we could see a horrific injury. So all thoughts with him as we get back to it. A trick play right out of the gate, and they're going to fire deep, and a man wide open down the sideline. First play out of the break. That's Parks inside the 20. The trickeration from Coach Davis all night tonight for Pryor, and right away a huge play, and they've got it into the red zone. But, again, real quick, Billy, Nathan Hansbrough, awful injury.
Yeah.
They got him off the field onto a stretcher. Seemed to – first, what a tough ungodly tough. The fact that how quickly after that happened, he was on his feet and got onto a stretcher and got out of here. And, again, all thoughts with him, prayers with him. That was really scary. And I'm sure you probably saw it on the broadcast if you were watching. That was not something you ever want to see. So all the thoughts with him as we try to move on here in what's obviously a massive game and a massive spot. As back on the move here is Pryor. You can imagine how difficult it is to go right back to playing after a spot like that, especially in this intensive a moment. But that's what these guys are doing, and what a play right out of the break is that trick pass to Parks, and Pryor's knocking on the door of getting the lead back.
Yeah, you came right out of that 40-yard pass.
Yeah.
Because I was concerned how it would affect the psyche of the team.
And now you wonder if your coach, Kenny Davis, if you start to slow play it right now, right? I mean, start to use some clock on your side. The clock is your friend. No, you're down, but take your time and try to make sure that this possession is, if not the last of the game, you don't leave Newcastle with much time going back the other way. Second down, Ward will run it to the right side. He'll get down to about the 13, setting up a third down and short with 3:15 to go.
And they're definitely running that clock.
Yeah.
Not passing or anything.
I mean, Newcastle with 2 timeouts should have time on the other side, but it's going to be a lot more difficult if Pryor can keep working this thing, as we're under 3 minutes now. This is a huge play for the Racers for a myriad of reasons. Obviously, you just need to get off the field, but try to force them into a kick. Maybe you get a miss. Jet sweep, run here to Brock Ward. He's got the first down inside the 10, but a flag comes down, and that could be a massive penalty depending on who it's on. This is huge call with 2:41 to go.
Well, I think it's right there in hold.
It's on the Tigers. A hold on Pryor. That's a huge call.
Yep.
As that wipes out what was a first down run and now puts him in a 3rd and long. Boy, that's as big of a penalty as you'll ever see.
And you haven't seen it really affect Ward much tonight, but yes, that takes him from 1st and goal
to 3rd and long.
3rd and 11.
Outside the red zone now.
Almost 3rd and 12.
But now if you're Newcastle, you can get real greedy. If you can find a way to create a negative play here, you're looking at a long field goal and maybe getting out of here with your lead still intact. That's thinking ahead, but something to monitor. 2:33 and counting to play. 3rd and 11, the official spotting. Ward will fake the handoff. He's going to fire. Slant route is deflected. Picked off! Intercepted by Longman again! The pick machine strikes down the sideline of the 45! Racer Stadium is rocking! Wow!
Man!
The biggest play of this season by miles by Caden Longman. He jumped the route perfectly. Braden Ward, who's played borderline a perfect game, makes a mistake in the pivotal spot. And the Racers now with 2:17 to go got the football, and Pryor's only got 1 timeout.
Boy, and Caden has been the warrior tonight. He's gone from injury, toughing out an injury, stopping a 2-point conversion, getting that interception. So he is the warrior for the night.
Caden Longman, in all of the Racers' biggest wins this season, has had a massive interception. It seems like, at least, I should say. And he just came through with one of the biggest, I'll say the biggest of his life, and certainly of this season. Racers now trying to put it away. Bradford runs it out near midfield. He'll get a couple of yards. The Racers, 1 first down, and I'm not going to say over, because I'm not going to try and do quick clock math, but it'd be darn close because Pryor's only got 1 timeout.
Wow. That just, you just wonder the other sideline, just how deflating they must feel right now.
Dude, we've been doing this, Billy, you and I, 5 years. That's the loudest I've heard this place.
Yes.
It was on fire.
Raucous.
And obviously for Newcastle, you're going to take your time. Under 10 seconds now on the play clock, but you need a first down to put away. You're still only up by 1. Any time that Pryor has, they can get big plays and get in the field goal range. Shania will run it, and he pushes forward to the 47. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 4, which will be for the game. If they get it, it's over.
Well, and they just lined up all the beef right there and tried to run around it. It looks like they're going to do it again. I didn't see anybody come out of the game. Just line up the big guys on the left side of the line and just follow them through for a first down.
Pryor is continuing to save their 1 timeout, which, again, if they pick this up, it's over. There's nothing the Tigers will be able to do as we're under a minute now. And here we go. To move on to the semifinals with a first down here. Shania will snap it. He'll run to the right. Look, he wasn't ready. And they didn't get it, but he wasn't ready for the snap, and that's going to be a full start. He was moving at the time of the snap. And so with 44 seconds left, he's now going to be backed up.
Yeah, back to the 48.
And it's going to be a 3rd down and 9. Wow. Okay, well. Boy, if you're Newcastle, you're so close.
I know.
But there's work to be done here because Pryor has a timeout. So if you don't get this, obviously they'll take it, and they'll have 30-ish seconds to get into field goal range, and the way they've been hitting big plays tonight, that's totally within the realm of possibility.
Absolutely. And, man, I tell you what.
Now the question, if you're Coach Brickman, do you throw the football? Are you trying to throw your way to the win right here, or do you run and make Pryor use that timeout? That's a decision that Coach Brickman will have to decide here, and he's going to talk about it himself. I think this is probably a wise move.
I can't tell why they called. Oh, they want 48.
48, okay. That's a big 4 seconds. Every second is huge.
Well, and the receivers are back out there, so it kind of makes you wonder if he may look for Heskew.
What would you do?
Tell you what, Heskew has that way of finding and getting open. I may.
Because if you run it, obviously Pryor will have to use the timeout. They have to burn it, but you're almost conceding the punt.
Right.
We'll see. They're going to try and throw. Shaniel's going to roll out. He's going to fire in the flat to Bradford. He's caught again. Now the marker, and he's short by about a yard. And now here comes another decision. As with 41 seconds to go, Pryor will obviously use their last timeout, but it's 4th and 1. And if you pick it up, it's over. I think you go for it.
You do. You have no choice. I mean,
you've been a running team all season. You have one of the best running backs in the state of Oklahoma. You have a quarterback who's a giant who can't be stopped on the ground. It feels like this is a spot where you go pick up a yard and go on to the semifinals.
Yeah, you put that beef back in there, Big Taj Smith, and I think the other one is either Barker or not Barker. Running it through my head, Fletcher, Aiden Elcision. You get those guys in front of him, he's picking up a yard.
A massive decision. I'll tell you what, this conversation in the huddle suggests to me going for it because it looks very spirited, saying let's go get a yard and win this football game. And Jackson Shaniel's going out. If they don't get it, Pryor will have 37 seconds, and they'll need about, 30 yards or so to get a realistic field goal shot. But Newcastle doesn't want to get there.
Got the beef up top.
4th and 1 to go to the semi. Shaniel, QB keeper, running the left side. He's hit, driving the legs forward. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he got it, but let's wait and see. It's really close.
Wow.
Pryor thinks he's short. Newcastle thinks he's got it. It's going to depend on the spot. Everyone's pointing every which direction. This is going to be controversial no matter which way it goes. With 35 on the clock. First down, Newcastle! And the Racers can kneel it out, and they'll survive at home. Oh, my goodness, Billy Collier.
Wow. Oh, there's a flag.
It's going to be after the play, whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
I think there's some things said. I've seen it all
I'm
game.
sure. A game like this.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Conduct on Pryor.
And it's going to be on the Tigers. It doesn't matter.
Nah.
As Newcastle's going to be able to take one knee, and this game will be over.
Wow.
A historic season. Looks like it's going to get capped with a historic win. And they started the clock.
Oh.
They don't even need to snap it.
No, they don't.
I don't know why they wound the clock. It doesn't really matter. They don't need to even snap the foul. They will. Shanuel takes a knee, and that's it. The Newcastle Racers, their 8th straight win an all-time thriller at Gene Reed Field, and are going to the 5A semifinals on Friday, December 6th.
You're going to have to forgive me. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm catching my breath. They're going to have to bring some oxygen up here. Holy cow.
An absolutely incredible season. The twists and turns. And this game was one that nobody will ever forget that was in the building tonight.
And I tell you what.
Caden Longman, I mean, the most obvious player of the game in the history of high school sports. A 70-yard touchdown to put him in the lead, and then the interception that, in essence, won this thing. I'm speechless a little bit, Billy. What a game.
I tell you what, Pryor, tip your hat to them. They gave Newcastle everything they could to win this game. And there's some superstars on that team. Here's what I'm hoping. I don't want to play them next year in the playoffs. All those juniors.
Yeah, a lot of this team's going to be back.
Wow.
Unbelievable game. Billy and I are going to try and catch our breath. We'll step aside, and we'll come back, and we're going to wrap it all up, and we're going to look ahead to the semifinals in 2 weeks, folks. Stick with us. Newcastle Racers Postgame Show coming up next on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
All right, back at Racer Stadium, Billy Collier and I have tried to catch our breath and process what we've just seen. Newcastle beats Pryor 38-37, their 8th straight win. And they move on to the 5A semifinals, which we now know will be against Guthrie, as the Blue Jays upset Booker T tonight. So it won't be a 1 seed waiting for them. Obviously,
Nope.
Guthrie's an amazing program. That's going to be a tall task, but that's to worry about in 2 weeks. For now, Billy, I don't know where to even begin. This game had all the twists and turns, 7 lead changes. Pryor had all the momentum, Newcastle all the momentum, and went back and forth as many times as you could possibly have. And in the end, Caden Longman the two biggest plays of Newcastle's season, a 70-yard touchdown catch to put him in the lead, and then when Pryor had it in the red zone, looked for, like, at best case scenario, Newcastle was going to be down by 2. Like, no way they get out of this with the lead. Gets an interception, and then Jackson Shane will run on 4th down to seal the deal. Unbelievable composure. I don't even, just all the praise and credit in the world to this team. What a special season, and it's not over yet.
Oh, best game I have ever seen at this level. Best, I'd say at any level.
It was such high level,
man.
so well played by both teams.
Yes, and just give and take and push, shove, fight. What I mean by that is just fighting for every yard, fighting for every completion. It was just a great game. It was one of those games I am overexcited for Newcastle winning, but my heart kind of breaks and seeing how good Pryor was and how well they played. It breaks your heart for them, especially Mr. Hansbrough. I believe that's his last name,
yes,
Nathan
right.
Hansbrough. It's one of those games that we could sit up here and just make adjectives for the next hour. And the biggest thing that comes out of this is in 2 weeks, you and I are going to be somewhere up between here and Guthrie.
Please come to the press.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm not even cold.
No.
The game moved my the cold temperatures away.
I can't feel enough on my body right now. I mean, I'm dizzy.
You're levitating.
I'm dizzy.
Levitating. Incredible game. It's hard to even process everything that happened. Jackson Shaniel was phenomenal tonight, as good as I've ever seen him throw the football. TJ Bradford got him going early, had the big touchdown run to get the ball rolling after that early turnover, and the Pryor had the early lead. Defense buckled down when they had to, got some big stops late on what had otherwise been a tough night. All the credit to Pryor, like we said, a lot of juniors. That team's going to be back. That quarterback, Braden Ward, was so impressive tonight. It's just one of those games. It came down to just who was going to make the one play at the end, and it was Caden Longman who twice came through with the one play at the end.
Well, and I'll tell you, one of the things that really stood out to me was how tonight, after that first run by Bradford and then another 14-yard run by Bradford, he had nothing. Shanuel had next to nothing. He barely made the 1 yard first down, if you remember that.
Right.
But Newcastle showed they could pass and score. They could pass and move the ball down. The receivers did a great job. Cragg, Heskew, just a great job. Caden Longman goes without saying. But that's one of the things I'd say is probably most impressive tonight is how they adjusted to the run game stalling and still getting yards and getting touchdowns.
I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Just so mentally tough. I'm just so impressed with these high school kids who just in these big moments just to not wilt under the pressure of it. It's really impressive and really cool to be a part of this team all season long.
Yes.
Along for the ride. 8 straight wins. They're now 9-3. They're going to the 5A semifinals in their first year in 5A. It's been an unbelievable season. We get a week off to enjoy this one, and then we'll be back on Friday, December 6th against Guthrie, a Blue Jays program that this was a down year for Guthrie. And here they are in the semifinals and 1 win away from getting back to a championship game appearance. Obviously, we have a long time to kind of figure out all the aspects of that game, and we don't know where that game's going to be just yet.
Right.
So keep an eye out for the OSSAA announcements, and we'll be sure to let you know on the Oklahoma Sports Network. But, Billy, some very early thoughts for 2 weeks from now, wherever we are on December the 6th, when Newcastle and Guthrie go toe-to-toe for a spot in the state championship game.
Well, they saw tonight that they can have trouble and still push through and win.
Right.
One thing I'll say about Guthrie is they're used to this level. They're not shook. They don't think that they're not scared of us by any means. They just took down a number 1 seed tonight. It's going to be a fight next week, too. From this point on, they're all fights. And so I would say let's enjoy this. Maybe enjoy it through Thanksgiving, have some turkey, and then we're gonna have to bring our game to beat Guthrie.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
It's a program that it's been there, done
yes,
that. Yeah.
They're tough.
You know, we had the OSN Awards Banquet in February, and Jeff Brickman, we've only had it twice. This year will be the 3rd annual. And Jeff Brickman has been the nominee twice. He didn't win it either time, but he was a nominee. Should probably win it this time. Been an unbelievable year. And just, you think of, the loss, that gut punch to Blanchard when they had it. And then Elgin, that game was so ugly. Elgin, ran away with it. And to think from that moment to where we are now, 8 straight wins and going to the semis, it's incredible. It's one of the most incredible seasons I've ever seen, really, at any level of sports. It's been awesome to be along for the ride, and we're not done yet.
No.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. I don't know for a fact. I'm assuming no coaches show this week. They will do it?
I don't know.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for that. I assume no coaches show this week, and then it will be back the Tuesday before the semifinals. That would be, December 3rd?
Yes.
That's my assumption. Keep an eye out on the Oklahoma Sports Network, both the website, oksportsnet.com, as well as the app, Facebook page, Twitter. You'll be up to date on all of that. And then we'll be with you December 6th, pregame at 6:30, on the air at 7, just like always, wherever that game may be, for Newcastle and Guthrie in 2 weeks. Get ready. We're doing December football, Billy. December football.
I know. In fact, that game was one day before my birthday.
Oh, all right.
I have never been doing football near my birthday.
There you go. Hopefully they get you a birthday present in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's it. We thank you so much for tuning in all season long. It's been a great year here at the Castle. We love doing games here at home. And what a way to end it for these seniors. Last home game. That's really cool.
And I want to do a shout-out to Brent Hodges. He's the athletic director here. And Gene Reed, who the field's named after, Coach Brigman. Everybody's been helpful here. They've been very accommodating.
Yep.
Meals have been phenomenal. Just ask Josh about the pesto.
Shout out Luigi's.
And so it's just been great. We just want to say thank you to everybody here.
No, everyone here has made it easy. And it's been awesome since we did it in 2020 and just kind of watch it grow and get bigger and bigger. And we found ways to tweak it, make it better, and here we are. And it's been an awesome season. We're not done, like we said.
Not done.
December 6th, we'll see you then. Coaches Show the Tuesday before with Gene Reed on December the 3rd. Again, keep up with Oklahoma Sports Network on all the channels, social medias, to make sure you're up to date on everything going on between now and then. But we look forward to it. Newcastle and Guthrie, the 5A semis in 2 weeks. For Carson Wade on the production, Uriah Martinez working the camera, my partner Billy Collier. I'm Josh Calloway, signing off for the final time this year from Newcastle. I'm Josh Calloway. We'll see you 2 weeks in the 5A semis for Newcastle and Guthrie. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.